You know, when you've been in business for 38 years, I just kind of feel like you should just go ahead and say 40 years. And I've known this, speaking of 40 years, I've known this particular gentleman for almost 40. I grew up with him. It's our good friends, Ed Senez.
Yeah, Ed Senez Aluminum. It's pretty cool that they're a sponsor now because they were the first sponsor for my 1 Minute of Comedy. But when I started my 1 Minute of Comedy, they were Ed Senez Aluminum for so long.
That's right, yeah.
And I used them to last year for my pool enclosure.
It's amazing.
And I will tell you,
that was the most intricate pool enclosure. They did a screen room for me 15 years ago. When I bought my first house. They're awesome.
Yeah, Ed Senez Sr. is just the salt of the earth, best guy, honest.
Old school.
Old school. He will do the job right, or he'll fix it if it isn't. Like, he just...
That's what you want. Straight and narrow.
And then we've known Eddie, his son, for years, who works there.
I grew up with him,
Yeah, I've been on our camping trips, and I'll tell you about my pool enclosure, because we were hesitant for years, because there were so many leaves and stuff, but in our mind we're like, we don't want a pool enclosure because it'll close our outside in, and it won't look as open, and we were completely wrong. As soon as we got the pool enclosure, we're like, we're idiots. We should have got this years ago.
It made it amazing.
It made our pool way more user-friendly. It's just clean now. I don't have to clean out leaves, like dirt. It's
not
so
to
much better.
You had
There's mosquitoes out.
Well, you have sort of an older custom, like one-off Florida home, and when they came in, like, they were going to have to do some pretty intricate aluminum work. They did an amazing job with all the tiny little angles, tiny little pieces of screen. But the reason that you would go with this company is, again, 40 years. I mean, they've been doing this so long, they can do it with their eyes shut.
Call them for a free quote. They also do windows. They do garage screens, gutters.
They did all the gutters in my mom's house. In fact,
Mine
she
too.
got another thing that you'll probably like. Ed Senez Aluminum put those little... I don't know what they are. They're like sheets that go on top of your gutters.
They keep the leaves out.
They keep the leaves out. They keep it
They're
super.
Doing that for me.
They put, and then they did. I'll give you one more. You've heard the story about the damn beetles that would bore through the house. They're wood boring beetles, and they fly and they'd bore through my dad's wood on the house, and he'd shoot them in half with a BB gun. You heard the story for 10 years, right? The only people that stopped that, and they found an aluminum sheeting that was wood grained. And they matched it to the wood on the house so it doesn't look like aluminum.
They do soffits and stuff.
I thought my dad was going to cry when they put those on there because, fuck you, Beatles.
If you're going to get a screen room, we're also doing a promotion that if you get a pool enclosure screen room, you get some new replacement windows. We're going to send you a Tom and Dan gift pack. And
if it's what I think it is, it's going to be damn cool.
We're working on it, so just let us know. If you use them, tell them that Tom and Dan sent you. It's edsenezaluminum.com.
Live from the Streamline Mortgage Solutions studio, it's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Hello, this is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Show number 584.
Hey! Show number 584, Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha, our producer, have you seen her eyes today?
Yeah.
Sam, I'm going to put your camera on. Everybody look at Samantha's eyeballs. They're so cool looking. She's definitely the youngest and coolest of the show.
But that's won't last long.
No. The window is closing.
Yeah.
Butler's here. Hey, Butler.
Hello.
Soon she'll be as curmudgeon as the rest of us.
Well, I mean, that's not going to be because of us. It's going to be because of her husband.
Yeah,
It'll be a combination.
A little bit.
Getting curmudgeon from all angles.
But hey, welcome to the show, everybody. And it's a big Friday. It's the Friday Free Show, TomandDan.com. We are live on Twitch, twitch.tv/TomandDanLive. I see your wife knows what time we start the show.
Hey, what you doing?
She's calling you right now to ask you the quintessential, what are you doing? It blows my mind. 12:09,
Right,
and the phone rings, and then she'll get mad if you don't answer. And it's like,
she's
but
mad right now.
He's on her way here.
We've started
Why
the
is this a piece of shit picking up?
I'm divorcing you. And
He's
it's
cheating on me.
He's working. Okay. But hey, welcome to the show. TomandDan.com. We're live on Twitch. Twitch.tv/TomandDan Live. We got hundreds of people in the Twitch chat room right now. The replay will be up later on YouTube. Just search Tom and Dan Live if you missed these shows. They're fun to watch. And what I'm finding out is that a lot of people bank these and then wait till like maybe a Saturday morning and just put us on the big TV. Hey, however you consume the show is okay with us.
Yep. We also have new merch on TomandDan.com. We got the Lego Man shirt, which is me and Daniel's two little Lego men.
I got it on today.
Yeah, Daniel's got it on. New ACT shirt, the Van Dennis election shirts.
Boy, those are selling well, right? It's almost like we should have actually run for some sort of office.
You might as well.
I think we could do a lot of good.
I don't want to do that fucking job.
No, not president. I mean, like, I would be like tax collector, Orange County.
Nah, no.
Still feels like
bunch of hassle.
I don't think you do anything.
Yeah,
that guy, the guy in
just push some
Seminole.
papers.
I mean, locally here, the guy in Seminole County, that guy was as corrupt as you get.
I like
he
that.
was having fun. He was like fake IDs and stealing money, and it was insanely
animal.
cool. Yeah.
short-lived, though.
I never liked how you could write your taxes to his name.
Right.
Like, I was like, I don't want to do
I
that.
don't like this.
Yeah.
I also
I
don't
want to write to a department.
Yeah. I also don't like that there's a gas pump lady. You ever been pumping your gas and you look on the pump
Yes.
and it's like, this gas pump is, I don't know, taken care of or ruled over by, and it's like
She has some weird nickname, too.
Susan,
I've never
like
seen this, right?
Nikki
Yeah.
Sanchez or something.
is, yeah.
it's
Nikki
like,
something,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's Nikki.
Who's Nikki Sanchez? And she, why is she
I'm
in
getting her
charge?
name wrong, but it's like they put her nickname in there, and it's like Florida Gas Commission or whatever, and it's like by Susan Nikki Sanchez, and I see it, and I get fucking mad. Every time I see it, I'm like, who are you? And why are you on my Wawa pump?
Her name's Nikki Fried.
Nikki Fried.
And who is she?
She's the gas lady. She does the gas thing. What is she, Sam?
Nicole Nikki Fried, Commissioner
Of gas?
of Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services.
She's the gas queen.
Okay, I was like, I never even knew that someone was in charge
Oh, yeah. Someone's in charge of everything.
of gas pumps.
Spends all her day putting stickers on gas pumps.
Yeah. But anyway,
yeah.
is there any business we got to get out of the way before?
You forgot to mention the old the boat flag that we got.
Yeah.
up there.
We're
got a
getting
medium
there.
flag.
I don't know if you've noticed, but this has been a rough week for old TV over here.
Yeah.
I do know.
Yeah.
It's
TCV has been taking it. Man, I don't think I've ever seen you beat down this low.
It's
This morning was something else, too.
the boat flag. Yeah, but this morning was just them dropping the boat.
You remember the show that came out like 3 years ago
Nails
or
in my
so when
tires.
David Cross did a show, and it was like the increasingly bad decisions of,
Oh,
and then
yeah,
the
yeah.
guy's name.
Yeah,
It was a
yeah.
decent show, but it was just like how things would get
Spiral, yeah.
He'd lie and it'd get worse, and then he'd do something and it would get worse, and the whole show was like. I stopped watching it because it would just give me anxiety.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, why the fuck? I love David Cross.
Your
but
business partner is doing it.
he's an acquired taste. He will send you to the polls. You're either going to love him or hate him. You're not.
Yeah.
There's no gray area with that guy. And the show is hard to watch.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
fucking hard to watch.
Yeah.
And you,
Well, it's hard to live.
You, my friend,
It's hard to
Well, that's
live
the
this
show.
life.
No, nothing's funnier than that. We'll see you next week.
It is. It's
Todd Margaret. Yeah, the increasingly bad decisions of Todd Margaret, or something like that. You
Yeah.
are that guy.
So anyway, yesterday, I get home and there's some, this whole remodel thing has been just. I mean,
Can I ask you a question?
Everybody
about it?
said it's the cliche. I hate cliches when they're right. because it's everything I'm against, which is like people knowing how things are going to happen. It's like, this will happen. They're like, not going to happen to me. I'll do it differently. And it's not.
It's kind of like what I said to her, you and Ross in the car getting out of an Orlando City. He was dropping us off at Orlando City. It was like days before my daughter was born. And I was like, this will never stress me out. I'll never be like you guys. You guys are fucking right. You both are right. I owe you and Ross an apology. I'll give him one when he calls in later today.
But anyway, but everybody told me like, oh, there's going to be delays. It's going to be a nightmare. And like, I'm like, that's fine. I don't see how. Like everything's good. And then of course,
but also like, can I ask you?
Nobody's fault. It's just what happens.
A question. Well, I mean, I would assume it's your fault.
Yeah. Me too.
Now, would you? And please, and I know you're going to give me the honest answer because you're not a liar, and I'm certainly not at all. I want to make sure I preface. I am not trying to make this worse. I am not at all trying to do an "I told you so" or anything.
No, yeah.
Would the entire thing, have gone maybe a little smoother because you're coming in for a landing? You got a couple more pieces. Would this have gone more smooth had you had a specific? I don't even know what this person's called, like a contractor, or if you had like a project manager or somebody that controls the parts rather than, because you had told me that you and Crystal talked about it, and with her knowledge of homes, which is true, she is, Bart Merrick fast-tracked her to the point where there's not much about a house she doesn't know. She has a lot of knowledge.
Yeah.
And you told me that you thought you and her could be the project manager on this and do everything.
Oh, I'm sure.
Would it have been easier with a project manager?
Absolutely. I'm sure it would. Now, could the problem still be there? Probably. But he'd be dealing with it.
Yeah.
Also, it would cost us who knows how much more money.
That's
10 more thousand. I don't know. Anyway, I definitely screwed it up. But I'm dealing. That's not the. Regardless. So I'm just dealing with some things, whatever. So I'm already in a like kind of frantic ADD. Irritated mood where it's like this and this, and overwhelmed, you know.
Yeah, you've been like that for about a month.
Yeah. So, and then I'm down on my knees. I got my old man pop-up glasses on. I'm looking at a screw. I'm trying to, and then
wait, you're doing the remodel? What's happening?
Well, I'm just doing. Anyway, then my wife's standing there watching me, and I'm down there like huffing and puffing at a screw, and then she's like, "Oh yeah, the storage unit charged you again," and it was my boat storage now, and this is what set it off. For whatever reason, it was the catalyst to drive me insane. Like this, it was like the
last straw.
Yeah. Like it was remember falling down when is it Michael Douglas gets out of the car?
It is indeed.
There was something that put him over the edge, and that
it doesn't have to be much either. Is what I've learned. Like in with me especially, it doesn't have to be much. Like. I mean, if something as small as like Butler just walked past the door, and I'm like, what?
So, and the reason why it put me over the edge is because rewind back in, I believe April, when COVID run strong. If it was stronger now, but it was like COVID's first going on, whatever.
Fresh.
I decided to move my boat. I had it in some storage, basically just a parking space, a gravel parking space that I paid for over at some storage place that I'll tell you about. And so I had it there, and then I decided I'm going to put it over in the coast because everybody's taking their boat out, and I don't want to battle the ramps every single time. So I was like, I'll just put it in a marina. It's a couple $100 more a month, but save me the pain in the ass.
And you're also trying to get in the water faster. The whole idea is to get in the water with the family.
Yeah.
And optimize the amount of time you're going to have in the boat. Yes, and I agreed with this. I was like, finally, he's doing what I wanted him to do.
Because 3 times at that boat ramp, fighting with my wife, screaming at each other, and the insane amount of stress it is trying to get your boat back on the ramp when there's 30 other boats in just waiting in queue, and people are honking, yelling at each other.
Yeah.
It's like I will pay a couple $100 to not have to do this each month.
I think most people would. Like I have been with you 25 times doing that,
Yeah.
and it's not fun. Every time it's not fun. Every time it's like the beginning, it's the bookends. The beginning of your trip and the end of your trip are
The worst.
hella sketchy.
You're looking out for cops. The cops there.
But the problem, but the problem is that's what you remember. You know what I mean? Like you have the best day on the boat, but you get into some altercation. Crystal has to jump off the boat. We'd have to pull the boat up. Crystal would have to get out, run, sprint for the truck and the trailer, pull it back around. You're like, it's a mess.
Then trailer the boat all the way back to Orlando.
Well, that's the hard part.
Yeah, and then I was like,
lugs exploding.
It's probably $50 more in gas each trip to trailer. Anyway. So I decided I'm going to take it out of this storage place and put it in the marina. So I called up the storage place, and there's an older gentleman that works there. Wasn't there when I was originally signed up for this, like in February.
Yeah.
But I guess he had started working there, and I'll just call him Bob. Old Man Bob.
Old Man Bob.
So I called up, and he's...
Old Man Bob, this is Old Man Tom.
And Old Man Bob was super nice.
Old Man Bob was super nice.
And I said,
Called
Bob...
him on the phone, and I talked to him twice.
And I said, Bob, I'm moving my boat to the coast.
I'm moving my boat
COVID.
to the coast.
And I'm gonna have to cancel my storage unit space, and per the rules, you need a 15-day notice. I'm here to give you the 15-day notice.
Look at you following the rules.
And Bob said, "No problem, Mr. Van. Sorry to see you go. Let me put this in the system, whatever." And he's like, "Oh, you're moving. You're taking the boat to the coast." He's like, "Lucky." We started small talking about the coast.
Oh, he really did like Teen Girl. Lucky.
And this was over the phone. I could tell it was older gentleman, right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
So he's like, "All right, we'd small talk. Old Man Bob was a nice man. And
what can I do you for?"
And
like
then,
one of those kind of guys?
Yeah. And then I was like, "All right." And he's like, "I don't have to do anything else." He's like, "No, you're all set. We hope to see you back. If you ever, want to store your boat again, you're welcome to." I was like,
You
"Thanks,
call
Bob."
Old Bob.
Thanks, Bob. And then hung up the phone, and I'm like, well, that's that. Then I put my boat in the marina, and then,
and then they use it weekly. We
So-
know that.
Right.
So,
Mysterious koozies you find out there.
so about 3 weeks later in May, Crystal tells me, like, "Hey, the storage place charged you again," because they had my credit card on an auto charge, right?
Yeah.
And then, so I was like, "Oh, well, that's weird." I canceled little Bob. It was probably a misunderstanding. They probably had me in the system, whatever. Called up, and Bob answers
Hey,
the phone,
Bob.
and then I'm like, "Hey, Bob, it's Tom. Remember the guy that's moving his boat to the?" And he remembered this time, and he's like, "Oh yeah, oh Tom, hey yeah." And then I'm like, "Hey, I got charged again on my card. It's probably just a misunderstanding." And he's like, "Oh, that's weird." And then so he gets back on his computer, and he did this thing that I know he's doing because I do it when I don't know what I'm fucking doing, which is just stare at your computer and then hope that it does something, but because you don't know
That's not how
what it
computers
is.
So you're solving the problem through the powers of wishing?
Because you're an old man and you have no idea how to use the fucking thing you're using.
Please kill me
So-
in my brain.
So when someone else is telling you to do something, and then you're like, "All right, let me see what I can do here," and then you're just
Maybe
looking
if
at.
I stare hard enough at the cursor, my brain will turn off.
You put your old man glasses
Oh,
on,
There he is.
and then you're just looking at your computer, and then the person's looking at you, and you're just looking at the computer, and like his fingers not moving, he's not doing anything. What
I
are
don't
you
hear
doing?
any tapping.
Yeah.
So he tells me, he's like, "All right," he's like, and then I go through the whole spiel again. He's like, "Okay," he's like, "Yeah, I remember you canceled it." He's like, "That, no problem.
You
I'll get."
canceled it, but I couldn't figure out how to put it in the system. And
So I just closed my computer.
And I still can't, and when you walk away, I will not do anything.
So he's typing it's all over the phone. He's like, "All right, I got you taken care of. You're out of the system."
Well, he should
Now, was
refund.
this the time you were talking to him when we were in the office?
No, that was
well,
the
you
third time.
should-
I'll get to that
Okay.
one.
But he should have refunded the.
Well, yeah, I told
Right.
him that.
The charge.
I asked him, I was like, "Can you refund?" He's like, "Yeah, I got it. No problem." He's
Yeah.
like, "Just a simple couple clicks here."
Simple 1, 2, 3.
And he don't-
But he's asking.
By the way, this is how every medical marijuana doctor is.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. They don't know.
Accurate as fuck.
They don't know how to run their computers.
They fucked me last time.
I mean, my last appointment for my medical marijuana, I don't mind talking about this. I actually just, give me the computer.
Yeah.
And I went in there and I just made all
Yeah,
the...
because they approved me, but then didn't put it into the system.
Yeah.
So when I got to the dispensary, they're like, "You haven't been reapproved." I'm like,
Give me that pop. I know how to do it. I'll click all the click. I'll auto sign it. Just do it.
Because by the way, old man Bob, like you're saying, all right, just a few clicks of and then I'm like, I hear you not clicking anything because I heard you earlier.
I know you hard tap.
typing in your password a few times, and we probably are still looking at the password screen.
Yeah. You're locked out, is what happened.
Anyway, so that was the second time, and then I was like, all right, and then another month goes by. That was June, so then July, the beginning of July.
COVID Bill Adventures with Tom.
Crystal texts me again. She's like, hey, storage hit again. And then I was like, fuck.
And she likes
It's
these,
like a
right?
game to her.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
yeah,
she
she's
likes
just
it
fucking with me.
when he fucks up and she can
So
like...
this was the time that you made the call from the studio.
Yes, yeah.
we
and-
were all here for that.
Right.
And
yeah.
so I even made the joke with you guys. I said like, "Hey, watch! I'm going to call the storage. Like this is the third time this has happened. This is I'm talking to old
Watch
man
and
Bob."
learn. Watch I got the gumption today.
So I put it on speakerphone, and each time I call Bob, he had less recollection of me and who I was.
well,
or
he's a
what-
dumb old man. He's
Right.
dying. He's dying, Tom.
And so, if you guys remember, I called him on speakerphone.
Bob doesn't
It was
even
so
work
good.
there, by the way.
and so I said, "Hey, Bob."
grand-
It's a talking cat.
My grandson works here, and he just leaves me here because I have dementia.
And I called him on speakerphone. You guys heard. I went through the
Yeah.
whole spiel. I was like, Bob, this is the third time now. And,
Halfway through the call, you just put your head down on the desk.
because he does the same
well, that's what he
thing.
does with Tony.
Because
And I tell him not to do that.
Because he's like, all right. He's like, what's your space number again? I'm like,
God damn it, Bob.
It's 9:30, Bob. And he's like, all right. And then he's like, you want to cancel your space? And I'm like, no, Bob. I canceled it 3 months ago, and we had the
With
conversation
you.
with you.
You
and
dumb old man.
And I called you after 1 month, after 2 months. This is after 3 months, and they're still charging me. Please take my
Bob.
credit card
Come
out
on, Bob.
of the system. There's got to be
Bob.
a way. Stop charging me. And then he's like, all right, I'm sorry. Then he's like, I'm just deleting everything here. Remember?
Yes.
All right,
And he's like, I deleted your name, everything.
I took every account that we have, and I drug it into the recycle bin. And I basically we have no files for anybody
Right,
now,
yeah.
ever again.
Yeah. So that was the beginning of July, right? And so then we had the whole remodel, all the shit, moved to Airbnb, all this chaos, whatever. So we hadn't been keeping track of, looking at every charge and shit. So then,
But
fast
before
forward
that,
to
before
yesterday.
that, you were eagle-eye crazy. let's
know my account.
let's be honest.
I have no idea if anybody's
Before
robbing
that,
me.
it was like before they'd go to bed every night, they'd get together and as a family and go through every charge on the card for that day.
So fast forward to yesterday, screw huffing and puffing, and like they charge you again. I'm like, fuck, no! Like I goddamn lost it.
You came in hot
He
yesterday.
did come in real hot.
So I was like, and then Crystal's like, why are you so upset? I'm like, I can't. And then she's like,
I like that. She's like, why are you so upset? Because it's the fucking fifth time these assholes have charged me.
and
what do
then-
you mean? Why am I so upset? You just told me. You know why I'm upset.
So I
you
don't.
were the deliverer of bad news.
Yeah.
I don't like to get upset in front of my sons because I don't want them to get upset or like
They
get
see
turned
mad
on.
dad and
Like,
get scared.
You should see the things Macy sees. Oh my god.
So I
you
walked.
should just see what she sees.
I walked into the garage, the hot garage.
What'd you do? Start punching the French witch?
I wanted to. She's like,
Screamed in your pillow.
Crystal's like, don't punch anything because she knows. I want to go in there and punch the
That's
storage.
funny that you
storage
are a
bin.
Punch a
puncher.
pillow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
a puncher.
So
Chopper.
I
He is a little choppery.
I wanted to go punch everything, but I just got in there. I was like, "Ah!" And then I screamed into a blanket, and then
that does help.
then she's like, oh, by the way, Orlando Sentinel sent you to collections.
So the Orlando Sentinel, I thought you canceled that.
I thought I did too. That's
You're bad at canceling.
You are bad at canceling.
By the way, the Orlando Sentinel thing, get it to fucking together, Orlando Sentinel. Your whole plan to save your business is to sit some fucking guy in Ace Hardware and try to solicit people getting subscriptions with $5 Ace Hardware. I know it worked on me.
Yeah, it fucking worked.
And I didn't even want to. I felt bad for the guy. The guy's like, hey, do you want to sign up for Orlando? I'm like, I don't don't read that. He's like, yeah, but he's like, this would help me out. They're begging me. We told this with John Busticker, but the show got lost. But he's like, I got a $5 Ace Hardware gift card you can have right now. Just sign up. And I'm like, nah, I don't read it. I don't need it. He's like, come on. He's like, I'll give you 2, buddy. Come on. And he's begging me, and I was like, fine. He was giving me a $10 gift card. It was $13 for the year. I was like, oh, it's fine. Then the goddamn Sentinel started showing up, and Daniel put it on my seat every morning.
Well, because
it's trash. I know. I deserve it.
It's a log of trash. It's a paper log of trash.
Listen, I know. And then I took it on my seat for a good 10 days, and then I was like, that's it. I've had it. And I called them, and I canceled it. And then I haven't even seen the newspaper. And somehow they re-upped my subscription or some shit.
They're charging you for a ghost paper.
and then sent me a bill that I obviously didn't pay. And then sent me to fucking collections.
That's fucking hilarious.
Pretty awesome.
That'll save your business, Orlando Sentinel. Anyway, so back to Bob.
A couple of questions from chat since we did hit a reset point. Tracy wants to know why you didn't get a hold of the manager. You're
at
dealing
the storage place.
She's right. You're dealing with third time. Third time's basically when most people take action, right?
Yeah. Well, because every time I talked to Bob, he assured me that it was being taken care of, and he had something. He was like, I don't know why. It was a glitch in the system.
Well,
it was
I know
always
why.
What is that? Fool me once. Fool me twice. I don't know.
But it's like, Bob,
You're fooling me,
I
bro.
know why. You're in over your head computer-wise, Bob. You have no idea what you're doing, and you're a dumb old man.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah. I know, but to me, he was telling me, he's like, oh, it's done. It's for sure done. And then but that's why I lost it, because I was like, this motherfucker either is so dumb he can't use a computer, or is lying to me and didn't know how to take me out, and then told me it was done, and then I get charged again.
Right.
But at this point, now you're coming at me, bro.
I agree.
You're not going to tell me again that this is never going to happen again for the 4th time. I can't take it.
Other people are commenting this is full orb. Bob is incompetent. Fuck Bob. Jeremy C says, go see Bob in person.
Oh, well, that's what I did yesterday.
Great. This is awesome.
Uh-oh.
And that's why I came in so flustered. So anyway, I guess that was Wednesday night, I found out the Bob and the Orlando Sentinel thing. And then I went into the hot garage, screamed into a towel. And then bright and early Thursday morning, I couldn't wait to drive over there. By the way,
punch this old man.
By the way, I drove over there. I went and got my smoothie. Drove over there. I got there at 8:59, waiting for the 1 minute to 9, and then I got my mask on, walked up to the door at 9:30. I was like, nah. I was like, who the fuck opens at 9:30? Wait, open at 9, you piece of shit.
Never heard that.
We open a half an hour later than every other business. That's our motto. What the fuck are you? And I was like, God! And I go back into my car, and then I'm like, what, do I just wait here? And when Bob pulls up, and they're going to see me, and then I'm like, too aggressive.
We're live on Twitch. People are commenting on how Bob deflated your pompadour. Your hair is greasier and more frazzled than it. I mean, you look. I've never seen him.
Mushed the pomp.
Well, here's the thing. We're not used to. The listeners aren't used to seeing an angry Tom for the last 11 years. I've been the angry member of the show, and you're seeing a switch.
Yeah.
So,
we must have both peed into a fountain when lightning struck it, because you're seeing a difference in you, man.
So I drove home because it's close enough to my house. I drove home.
I was going to say, how fucking
I
close?
walked in and Chris like, it's a Donna Riley. No, they don't open until fucking 9:30. I'm like, speaking of that, I gotta go.
Why did you go home?
I drove back because I had nowhere to go. I didn't want to sit there and wait.
No,
You didn't have an errand to run?
Dude, I gotta teach you how to harness your anger. You don't go home and see your sons. That'll diminish anger. You sit in the parking lot and you stew.
Yeah.
And you don't listen to music. You don't listen to talk radio. You sit in silence and you stew, and you make that anger bigger than it's ever been. You inflate it like bread. When you're making pizza crust, you have to let it sit. You have to let it rise.
So I go back there at 9:30. I put the fucking mask on, walk over there.
Is Bob in there?
Open the door, and there's Bob sitting there behind his desk. No mask, motherfucker.
Fuck you, Bob.
Dumb old man. And then I'm like, why put the fucking all the COVID-19 posters on the front door saying
Right.
everybody should wear masks and all masks?
You don't have one
and
on.
then you don't have
They're
one on.
covering up people looking in to see he's not wearing a mask. You put the posters over the window.
I don't give a shit, but don't put the fucking posters up. Anyway, so I walk in there, and then there's Bob sitting there, and the original lady, it was another older lady, which may
God, old
this
people
old
love storage units.
and and there's Bob, and he's like, "Hey, what can I do you for?" You know, like
fuck that guy.
And then so I sit down, and I'm like, "Hey, Bob, it's me, Tom."
Hey, working hard or hardly working?
And then so I did that thing where like I'm heated, like I
Did you
wanna
start
get-
shaking like Lee did?
Didn't shake, but I could tell like I'm coming off probably
Aggressive. Yeah.
because of I'm irritated.
What did you start
but
with?
It's Tom
you
Van.
know why I'm here.
So I think I usually don't do that because I'm a firm believer that in any conversation, negotiation, anything you do, if you start amping up your aggression, they will.
If you escalate, they escalate.
Yeah, and it'll just escalate to a point of no communication.
Well, then you're not getting anything done.
Exactly.
But you turn to the lady and you say, "Ma'am, you're going to want to step outside
So
because you're about to see some things
No.
and hear some things that will change the way that you live your life."
So I go into the spiel. I'm like, Bob, I talked to you on the phone in April. I canceled this in May, and I got charged in May.
Every
and then in
fucking
June, I
month.
called you every month. And Bob, you didn't remember, and you said it was taken care of. I called you May. I called you June. I called you July in front of my coworkers because I was laughing
Oh,
that
you
this
said
keeps
that?
happening. Oh, yeah. And,
Don't drag me into it.
Oh, and I could tell, like, immediately he's getting old man mad.
Trying to make me look bad.
Yeah. Because he must be like the new employee or some shit, and the older lady is like the manager or whatever.
Oh,
But-
you were dressing him down
Right
in front
in front of her,
Right in
yeah.
front of
I,
Gertie.
I was explaining how this is ridiculous
Right.
that every
You
single
have every
time.
right to be frustrated.
Yeah. And then,
no.
and then he's
I
like,
want to know what part he played in the frustration.
So then this is what really amped up the situation.
He pulled out his gun.
Because
when Gertie turned to him and says, "Beat him up,
so right off the night, he's like, well, what space do you have?
No,
and he's like,
9:30.
And he's like, you want to cancel it now? And I'm like, no, Bob, I've
Do you
canceled
listen
it.
to anything I fucking said? Oh, I would have lost
And
it.
then he's like, well, this company doesn't like giving refunds, so I don't know if you're going to get... Like, you immediately...
Well, I'm getting a refund, Bob.
Yeah,
if
started
I have
saying-
to chew it out of your ass.
And then he's like, and then I'm like, Bob, I told you this 4 months ago. He's like, well, I just started working here 4 months ago. I didn't know how to do this.
And then ask somebody, you motherfucker. Hold on.
And then he said, and then he's like, I didn't know how to do this 4 months ago. It's nobody's fault. And then it's like, it's
nobody's fault.
I go, Bob, it's your fault. This is your fault, Bob.
Oh, you said that?
I'm like, this is 100% your fault, Bob. It's nobody else's fault but Bob's.
Yes. I want this security footage. Top.
Hell yeah.
Then it dawned on me.
Oh, I just got hard.
Yeah, it's the weirdest
I got
boner,
fucking
yeah.
hard.
Oh,
man.
then he
I'm
started
turned
raising,
on right now.
Then
Make love to me.
Then the old lady manager came over to
Oh my
diffuse
God,
the
take
situation, and she. So, but
fellas.
then I realized I was like, you know how like old people try to like stereotype millennials by saying they don't take any accountability for any responsibility for anything. I've realized that may be somewhat true with younger people, but
That's case by
It's
case,
just people
man.
in general.
Yeah, that's case by case.
It's case by case. It's a bad trait to have.
It is.
to never accept responsibility, and it's the worst trait to have. And I hope I could teach my boys, if any other thing, just always take responsibility.
We always blame ourselves.
Yeah. Blame
It's
yourself.
a better way to live.
If someone kills me by accident one day, I'll blame myself for walking in front of the car
No, I understand.
or standing where. Like I'll find a way to blame myself.
Well, because that way, when you do have to get in one of these scenarios where you're talking to a Bob, at least you eliminated your part. Like anything that you could have fixed that was your problem, that you had caused, you can try to fix that. No, I agree with you.
I mean, I
so
even
how
blame
did it end up getting?
Oh well, yeah. Did
he back down?
What did he say when you yelled at him that it was his fault?
Normally they
he
back
got,
down.
He got flustered, and then he was like, "Oh, fuck, whatever." Like he was getting old man mad, and then I was saying, "It's your fault, Bob. It's your." And I wasn't yelling at him. I was just like, "It's on you, Bob. It's
Yeah,
your fault,
if
Bob."
you stay
Because
calm-
I didn't like. I wasn't gonna let him say it's nobody's fault. Because
Right.
it is
It is
100%
somebody's
your fault.
fault, yeah.
I'm glad
I couldn't
you did
believe this
that.
old man said said that.
I can't believe you did that.
So then the lady manager came over and she was trying to do the customer service because this fucker didn't have any, like, he wasn't like, oh, I'm sorry. You could have diffused it, be like, oh shit, I'm sorry,
what
man.
I heard?
I had just started. I should have asked someone, but I didn't.
You start off with that. This company doesn't give refunds, so I don't see.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you talking about?
I already got a refund for the last 3 months.
Let's deep dive
Which, by
into
the way,
this
he
a little bit.
$600. He never gave me the refunds. Which
he just said he was refunding it.
he didn't even.
Nothing.
He didn't even understand how to work the computer.
Let's think about. Let's analyze this a little bit. He was lying. Here's how you know. And I would bet my daughter, my life, anybody's life on this. Here's how you know. Too many details. He remembered you. And when he said to you, because I believe what you're saying, when he said to you, well, I only started here 4 months ago and I didn't know how to do that. Yeah, you remembered not knowing how to do that. What you're hearing with the anger, it ratcheted up, you know what you're getting a dose of? Bob knows he fucked up.
Yep.
Oh,
and he's taking that out on you now.
Yeah.
Because he
Which is another horrible trait to have.
He remembered everything. He remembered you calling. He remembered the fuck ups. He fucked up. It would have been easier for him in that scenario to be like, you know what, I remember all of this. I screwed it up. I'll take care of it right now. In fact, I'm going to hand you over to Gertie here. She knows the system better. She'll get you taken care of. I'm sorry, man. I'm really, really sorry.
And by the way,
that's it. Then you're done.
I don't even know if it's fixed yet. I was supposed to call this morning.
If not, we're raiding the goddamn storage unit.
Why don't you call him live on the air right now?
Call Bob.
Why don't we put a little explanation point on the end of this segment?
Yeah. Here's the thing: if I call him on the show and I have to tell him he's on the show or whatever, then I'm worried that they're going to be like, "Fuck this guy," because they could essentially probably tell me like, "Well, you didn't." I mean, who knows? Maybe there's some sort of clause in those contracts like you got to send written.
You told us it was 15 days.
Yeah, but that's per call. They could. I mean, Bob could be like, "I never heard." He could lie, I guess, right?
He could.
Do you want us to send? Okay, you have two choices here.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to do that.
We can send Seth Petrozelli down to finish this, or we can send Remy down to finish this. Your choice.
Well, so speaking of that, so then they printed out a form, and I'm like, I made the lady sign something on bottom saying that I moved out. Like I wanted something in paperwork so that they're not going to claim that I didn't do it. So she signed something. Then I got in the car.
Signed the bottom of your Planet Smoothie napkin.
And I'm heated, and I get in, and I'm like, this motherfucker. And then I'm driving, and then I call Crystal, and then she's like, what happened? I'm like, I was yelling at that old motherfucker. And then I was like, I wish Bob would have gotten up and started come at me, bro. I would have punched.
You're itching to hit somebody.
Yes.
Well, and then I was like, I was gonna punch his goddamn hearing aids out.
Yeah.
and then Crystal's like, what's wrong with you? You have a mental illness. And then I'm like.
And that's when you come like swiftly walking in yesterday.
I have a mental illness. I'm mad.
He looked so worn down.
His hair was straight and wet.
And he had sent us a text that said, I've had lots of problems today.
Yeah.
And then when he gets in here, he's shaking his head and we're like, are you all right? And he just starts laughing and he goes, my wife thinks I have a mental illness. I almost beat up an old man. We're like, what? What happened?
But what's funny is that you just act like I act all the time, and suddenly you have a mental illness.
Yeah. Because I never show emotion, and the one time I get mad, she's like, "What?"
See, this is what happens. You gotta let some of the emotion eke out, or you're gonna explode and punch an old man's hearing aids out.
You scared Crystal because the thing that she wants the most is for you to be emotional, and when she finally gets it, she's like, I don't know if I can handle it. Because it's on. You're like a young X-Men that your powers are unbridled. You know, you're just blasting your laser eyes everywhere. It's like you got to learn how to use your powers.
I'm not even screaming. I'm just fantasizing about punching Bob, and which is what I think most people do when they get upset. They're like, I wish I could punch this guy. You're never gonna do. I'm never gonna punch old man Bob.
Punching is not embarrassing enough to me. I always take it one step further, where
pull the pants down.
Are we becoming like brother sister or some shit? I would walk over and I would lock the door. And I'd say, Gertie, I'm really sorry. That's when I pull out the gun. And I go, and I got a gun, and I'm like, Bob, pull your pants down. pull your pants. And he's like, what?
And then
I'm
you
like,
shoot one in the air.
I go, listen, old man, pull your fucking pants down.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? And I'm like, I'm serious. I'm like, and then I unlock the door and I go walk outside to the street.
Oh, that's too far.
Go walk outside. And he's like, what? I'll fucking blow your head off, old man. Walk out to the goddamn street or I'll spill your goddamn cranium all over this fucking U-Haul. So get out there. And he goes out and he walks out and I go, all right, now waggle your cock to oncoming traffic. I want you to waggle it good. You start fucking air humping, old man, or I'm going to blow your goddamn brains all over 1792.
This is
and Gertie's like, I'm calling the cops. Like, don't you fucking reach for the phone, Gertie, or I'll shoot you too. I don't think you know what the fuck's happening here. But you lay on the floor, and if I see you fucking move, I'm gonna shoot your snowman sweater right off your tit, you fucking bitch. That's what I would do.
This is how people end up in prison, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do you see how natural it comes
some
to
nerd
me?
dad,
Yeah.
you're eating your green beans in prison. They're like, all for, because your boat storage unit.
They're like, what are you in for? I'm like, I made an old man waggle his dick to oncoming traffic gunpoint.
Like possession of a firearm. Like at that point, it's, I think you're taking hostages.
Kidnapping.
There was some kidnapping.
Like you're kidnapping, armed kidnapping.
Well, I lead him to
yeah.
the back. I'm like, at the end, I'm like, well, that was fun. Bob, come on inside. Let's lock up. Bob, I'm going to need you and Gertie to walk to that open U-Haul. Yeah, the one in the sun. And I'm just going to lock you guys in here and you're going to die. And I pull the door down and I lock it. And then I have to abandon my family and move to the Midwest somewhere and hide out.
Yeah. Anyway.
Anything good to report?
No, just a bunch of that stuff. And also, I had a disappointing realization that I may not be number one pool dad. And I'll end with
So
this.
who else is in the running?
Well, you're the only one I know.
I know, and that I prided myself in being
Nobody
number one.
parties at the pool like Party Pool Dad
Yeah,
Tom.
yeah.
I mean, you're the king of the slide.
Yeah.
You got
Backflips.
all the toys,
Yeah.
the
Squirt
guns,
guns.
the mash, the squirt guns,
Yeah.
the music,
Set up,
the TV,
Crystal's, whatever the hell, the kitchen island she made. Then they jump off.
Right.
Yeah, I put
Wait
a
a
yoga
minute.
mat on it.
Yeah. And I see
Is your hot neighbor the new cool pool guy?
No. They don't have a pool. And then I see other BDMs.
Should invite him over for a pool party.
Invite him over.
Yeah, did I tell you he was mowing the lawn with his
Yeah,
shirt
he
off?
did.
Yeah, you said he was like dancing to the.
No, it was just like stereotypical. I pull up and Chris
Hot dude mowing the lawn.
They're all looking. Everybody in the
All
neighborhood looking.
the housewives.
Yeah. I won't make a comment. I'm like, this is a goddamn Truman Show. Novelty ripped mowing the lawn, push lawnmower. Anyway, so I always pride myself in being number one pool dad, and I saw other BDMs, and I respect the other BDMs pool dad game, and how because I'm
Shout out to like Richard's a pool dad. I'm trying to think of other pool
And I
dads that
see
we
that.
know. They've upped their game.
John Sherrod.
I know Mark Larabelle's putting in a pool.
Oh, yeah.
He's soon to be look, ain't nobody gonna kill that guy's pool game.
And
he
so
comes hard.
Yeah, and I see everybody else. It's a respectable pool game, and I
Yeah.
see it, but I know deep down inside I'm number one pool dad.
Well, wait a minute. Now you're saying you're not.
Well, I happened to be scrolling through Instagram, and I saw Travis Pastrana make an Instagram post, and he was in his pool with his kids, and he was holding his daughter, and then his daughter got into like a ball, and he's like, all right, you ready? I forgot his daughter's name. He's like, all right, double backflip, and then he throws his daughter, and she does a double backflip, and then lands in the pool, and then I was like, fuck, don't take
Pretty
it
good.
Pastrana.
You gotta stop comparing yourself to Travis Pastrana your whole life.
Yeah, I guarantee you, he doesn't get in a fight with old men in a U-Haul store.
I know. But then I saw it. I was like, no, he got that too. Better than I can do
Her
with
name
my
is
son.
Bristol.
Yeah,
Oh,
Bristol.
that's a good name. Like Bristol Motor Speedway.
And so then I got in the pool the next day.
No.
And then I was like, all right, boys, who's going to do it? A double backflip time. And they're like, no, we don't want to do double.
Oh, don't force him.
And I'm like,
We want to hang out inside with Mommy and Bob. Bob's here. Hey, Tom.
And then I finally convinced Max to. I'm like, I see Pastrana do it.
And Max is the one.
Yeah.
He's the one.
Yeah, because he'll agree. Like, Tommy's too smart. He'd be like, I don't know about this. It's too dangerous.
Tommy's like, I did the math. I don't think I don't think I can make the rotation. I'm like 3 degrees off.
And then I choose Max because he's built like a small sandbag. Like, Tommy's a big bird body.
You know what?
God damn, it's like throwing a pipe cleaner.
Yeah, your boys are in here, and Tommy walking out the door. Tommy goes, salutations, and then Max walking out the door goes, dropping loads. They could not be more different.
So
Tommy's more of a Jack Skellington, and Max is Oogie Boogie.
yeah.
That would be good for Halloween.
I was like, all right, Oogie Boogie, scrunch up, and I saw Pastrana do it. I'm gonna throw, and then I
He's
tried
a
to call
gamer. Max will go.
He is a lot smaller than Travis Pastrana's daughter.
Yeah. Well, also heavier. He's dense.
Well, he's dense.
Yeah,
He's got that ass.
Yeah, Travis Pastrana's daughter's thin and it's tiny and easy to throw at a double backflip. Anyway, I called Crystal out. I was like, film this for my Instagram.
No.
Max has like a Devontae Freeman running back ass. You know what I mean? Like it's like he's grounded and he can cut.
And then I'm holding him. I'm like, all right, you ready? I'm like, I'm going to use 100% of my strength.
No, not 100%.
And then he started
save
getting
that for
nervous.
Bob.
He's like, don't. What if I land on my back? I'm like, don't show. He's like,
Land
just-
on your back, I'll never see you again. So you better give me a good kiss.
I'm like, don't. Like, you have to stay tucked if you can. And then he started crying, and he was like, no,
he didn't.
Well, he's like, then he got off. He's like, I'm not gonna let you throw me. And I'm like, come on, don't. And then they ran out of the
and
pool.
you're like, don't take this from me!
yeah, they wouldn't let me.
Mr. Pepperlips
And
is
then-
bullying his boys.
Then I lost.
Well,
it.
you've had a rough week, man.
Yeah. Now, no more number.
You
one
want to do a
pool
shot? Will that make you feel better?
Yes.
If we do a shot and Butler bumbles through a toast? Yeah.
Oh, do we want to talk about, don't we have a deal going on with...
Yeah, I think it's
Shark
involved.
bite?
It's involved
Yeah.
in his toast.
Oh, yeah.
Apologies.
That's all good. All right. Cheers to your weekend kicking some ass with Shark Bite whiskey chilling in my glass. I, my friend, have had a hell of a week. I'm going to get high as an eagle and soar to the peak. Rock and roll 90210.
Oh, he did it.
He didn't mention the promotion.
We have Sugar Works Distillery is doing an awesome Shark Bite whiskey promotion. Go there. I think there's a couple shirts left, but they also have a ton of pint glasses. Buy any kind of bottle from Sugar Works, Kalalisa Creek, Shark Bite, Turnbull Bay. Their rums are phenomenal, and there's a free pint glass. So while supplies last, go get it, man.
Yep. You can get a free Tom and Dan BDM pint glass at Sugar Works in New Smyrna Beach.
That's pretty tasty, but whew,
It is.
Yeah.
The cinnamon.
like it. I instantly get like excited. Like I need to. You know what? You want to toss me? I mean, we don't have
Double
a pool
backflip?
cover. We go out back,
Might
you
as well
toss me
do
to
it
the bush.
upstairs with those kids because they're fucking
Yeah.
backflipping off
Toss me
everything.
into the bushes.
yeah.
They're Asian kids, right? Little Asian kids.
That's what Butler said, but he's
Yeah,
also
yeah.
racist, so I don't know.
Yeah. He calls every kid Asian. He's like, let's take a break. Let's see, music. What? Oh, guys, we have been gifted tons and tons. Well, not tons, but more than we normally get. Music from BDM members. So I'm going to have a lot more
Cool.
listener music. If you are a listener and you have music, and I've done this before, but for whatever reason, it's in the air right now, send us your music. I'll play it on the show. I would love to be able to do
Also,
that.
if you're a musician and you're a BDM, we have a subgroup that's BDM Music Men.
Yeah.
So join that group.
I'm
I just
not
saw
even in
somebody that just posted this week that their album just went on Spotify.
No,
So
really?
Check that out.
Yeah, so today I've got some good stuff, some local stuff, some BDM only stuff. This is Chris Wills. The name of the song is LA on My Mind. It's like straight ahead, nice little blues track. So enjoy this, and we'll be right back.
Packing up my car, putting my things away. Dogs are in the yard and they're barking all the way. I don't know what I'm doing, but I don't want to stay. I'm leaving.
If you're going to sell your house, if you're looking to buy a new house.
Wait a minute, you're selling your house?
No.
You got something you want to tell me?
No.
Is that why you're fixing it up?
You got to use the Bart Merrick team. It's Bart Merrick, Crystal Van, and they will help you along the way.
I thought
They
you
have
were
the
going to add
experience.
one more person. It's Bart Merrick, Crystal Van, and Little John.
Here's what I noticed the biggest thing with Bart and Crystal, right? It's you are getting an unbelievable amount of experience. Like the amount of houses they've bought and sold in around the Central Florida area, and they know the market.
It's an insane amount of property.
They know how to price your house correctly. They know what the nuances are.
Well, they know how to show it. They know how to take the HDR photography and make it look good.
If you're going to get another realtor that's your wife's friend or your coworker or whatever, ask them how many houses they've bought and sold. Because if they do it part-time, most likely they don't have any experience with this market, especially the COVID market. Like, Bart and Crystal are selling and buying houses right now, and they know if you are going to use a realtor that hasn't worked in 2 years, the last house they sold last year, they have no clue what they're doing in this particular market, and that's why you need a full-time realtor, and that's what you get with Bart and Crystal Van. And we have a testimonial on the line.
Yeah.
We got Mike that just used the Bart Merrick team. How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
So, Mike,
good. How'd it go, man? How was your experience with the Bart Merrick team?
It was above my expectations, honestly. It went so quick and easy. I had a 30-day timeline, and he did it in 2.
Wow.
Wait, 2 days?
2 days.
Yeah.
Above asking price.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And that's
Is
the
it
thing.
a seller's market right now? Holy crap. 2 days you sold your house above market?
I did.
Yeah.
Well, Bart did.
Yeah. What Crystal and Bart have been telling me is if you put your house up on the market nowadays, like recently, you're going to get multiple full price offers and above full price offers.
Now, are you actively looking right now, or what?
No, I packed everything up from Orlando, and we moved out to the Midwest.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Very cool, man.
Yeah.
Well, sorry to see you go, but obviously I'm glad you had a good experience while you were here.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Well, Mike, we appreciate you using the Bart Merrick team. If you're ever back when this whole COVID shit blows over, of course, we're going to start bringing people back in the studio.
Especially when it's like poof and it just disappears. And then you can just come in here.
So what we're telling you, Mike, is we'll never see you again.
We'll never see you again. Yeah, that's basically what we're saying. Enjoy your great buffalo in the Midwest. Because we will never see... Where are you in the Midwest, if you don't mind me asking?
Wichita, Kansas.
Oh, cool. Love Wichita. Never been.
We just said cool. We have no idea if it's cool.
I don't know Wichita.
I assume that it's bad, actually.
Yeah, I did too, but I didn't want to make you feel bad. I was like,
I assume that too, but it's actually beautiful here. And so I will be back. I have family in the area, so I will take you up on that offer.
Here's the thing. Not as hot right now. That's good.
Well, I don't know. What's the temperature in Wichita?
It's about 80 degrees, nice and breezy, sunny, beautiful weather.
So, almost not as bad. It's not
too many cowboys.
All right, Mike. I appreciate it, dude. We'll talk to you soon, okay?
Thanks, man.
All right. I like how calls in to help us out with a testimonial. Bully him. Get him. Get him good. Fuck you, Wichita.
Make fun of where he's moving to.
Yeah, where's he moving to? Well, we can't make fun of Bart, and we can't make fun of Crystal. And we certainly don't want to make fun of the fact that they're selling and buying houses at a really quite rapid rate for COVID. Let's make fun of the nice lister. Is he a BDM? Oh, yeah, and he's giving us money? Let's fuck his ass.
He literally probably contributed to my wife's income.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He helped your kids out. Every time you look at Tommy's glasses, it's paid for by Mike, who we bullied.
It's the Bart Merrick team, BartTheRealtor.com.
That is new music from Dial Drive, an Orlando band. So buy their music, support all of these local bands that are trying so hard. I know you were like, who is that? That's really good.
They remind me of Midtown.
Yeah, they do. They do sound a little bit like Midtown. Hey, let's jump into something that I absolutely adore. I got to make sure I got this. Did I find the thing? Yeah, let's do it.
Ross's piece of shit news.
Ross's News today brought to you by The Orlando Talk Show, Ross's podcast, which you can find on any podcast service. You want to look on Apple Podcasts,
Indeed,
or Google Play, or Stitcher, or anywhere you find podcasts. It's The Orlando Podcast with Ross McCoy. What's going on, Ross?
We actually just signed a deal with the Dollar Store. We're going to be the first podcast you can get at the Dollar Store.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's badass.
Is it Dollar Tree or where you at?
It's any store with dollar in the title,
Gotcha.
but it's free. You don't have to pay $1. So.
Cool.
Out of all the dollar stores, Ross, which one do you prefer?
That's a good question.
I don't know, because I honestly don't look at anything other than the dollar on the sign, like tree, house,
General.
Dollar Tree is the only true dollar store because everything in there is $1 or less. Everything else, that like Dollar General, Family Dollar, everything's over
Now,
$1.
what about now, Ross? What is your opinion of Five Below?
I don't know what that is, Dan.
Oh no, Ross.
It is
Price them out.
Well, it's hard to go in there. It's an. I don't even know what.
I love Five Below.
I honestly don't know what it is.
Yeah.
It's like a Dollar General.
No, I know. I've been in with my wife to get some stuff, but
But
I don't.
trendier.
I don't know where they get the stuff. I don't understand the pricing at all. Like it
No, it's
never
all over the
makes
place.
sense.
It's Five Below.
I don't know. No, I'm with Ross. I'll stick to the Dollar Generals. I'm not.
I've never heard of that one. We go to Lincoln Down. That's where we go for just a little bit more pricey stuff.
I don't know that one.
Well, Five Below, Lincoln Down. You know, Ross, you and I are fine. Me and Ross are killing over here. Ross and I are destroyed.
Old Dad Joke Friday.
Yeah, but we're both probably high as fuck right now. All right, let's news it up, my man.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you said I'm going to pot you down, that was time for the last bong hit before the show. Okay,
I saw that. I was so jealous because I don't have mine on me. But
this is continuing kind of a news update. We talked about banned words from Scrabble.
Yeah.
Now getting in on the game. NASA recently announced they're gonna. There's a lot of shit up in the sky, right?
Right.
A lot of it is named weird stuff. So they're gonna go through and make sure there's nothing in their catalog that is offensive. And like the first few they threw out there, they're no longer going to refer to planetary nebula NGC 2392 as the Eskimo Nebula. That's a no-no. They're going to get rid of that.
Okay.
all right.
Also,
So is the term Eskimo
Oh, it's bad.
derogatory?
according to this NASA press release I'm looking at right here, Eskimo is widely viewed as a colonial term with a racist history imposed on the indigenous people of Arctic regions.
So you just call them Native American, not Eskimo.
Inuit.
Inuit?
Yeah, I've heard the term Inuit.
Indian, or just Inuit. I don't know. I thought it was only
Press
when
release, it looks like we're supposed to call them planetary nebula NGC 2392.
How did the Eskimos get tied up in the Eskimo Brothers? You don't know about that,
Yeah.
right?
What are the Eskimo brothers?
Well, it's a term.
You don't know what that means?
If you're
No.
I'm surprised.
If you're Eskimo Brothers, you both
Remember
had
the
sex.
Jungle Brothers back in the day, Dan? They tried to have a white spin-off band. It didn't work.
I absolutely remember the Jungle Brothers 100%.
It's a term that if two guys have sex with the same woman, that makes them Eskimo Brothers. But
Right.
why?
I've never heard that.
You've never heard that?
That's
No.
crazy that you've never heard that.
No.
But I wonder where that came from. Why was it? Because like Eskimos or Inuit Indians live in a smaller tribe, so most likely they've had sex with the same woman. Where did it come from? Why?
Now, I feel like this is not accurate, but according, it says the term Eskimo Brothers, because I feel like it's been around longer than this show's been around, was popularized by the second episode of the American TV sitcom The League. The character Taco, played by John LaJoy, described the concept when two guys had sex with the same girl to his friends, showing how he can get favors like free drinks at the bar from his fellow Eskimo brothers. I feel like that term was around when I was
think
a
it's long.
kid.
Yeah, I heard about that in high school.
I've never heard of that.
But why did Eskimo? Where did Eskimo
I don't know.
even get tied into that? Anyway, sorry to go on a Eskimo Brothers.
They're also getting rid of the Siamese Twins galaxy. And
that's my
same as-
favorite Marvel galaxy is the Siamese Twins galaxy.
And then just like Scrabble, they are going to have to get rid of Cocksucker's Comet.
The Siamese twins too. What like if you're saying someone's Siamese, what does that
Well,
even?
people can be from would have been the area that was Siam, right?
Yes, correct. Yeah, that would have been what would that be today? Like,
Oh man,
I can't pull it.
I'm trying to. I'm
Is
where
that Vietnam? Siam?
Thailand, right?
Thailand?
Thailand.
And it's no longer Siam?
Someone or something from central Thailand.
It's Siamese.
Siamese.
Okay.
Siamese?
But,
like a Siamese cat.
Right.
Siamese twins.
So when you say, I wonder if someone says Siamese twins, they're referring to like that Asian people look alike, and they're like, this, maybe like old school racism.
Well, like if you had Siamese twins and you were from like, inner Saigon, or excuse me, what'd you say, Thailand? Then that makes sense. But I think, Ross, is it your understanding that they're getting rid of it because it doesn't necessarily mean a region? It's like a derogatory term for people that are conjoined or like together or like.
If I had to guess, which I'm having to do at this point, I think it goes back to the first. I think it goes back to P.T. Barnum,
right?
And he hired these two guys called Chang and Ang, who were conjoined twins from Siam, and that's kind of how it got popularized.
Right. It was a sideshow act.
Chang and Ang, and so I think it's just that in general, like that genetic occurrence can happen anywhere. It's not limited to the former province of Siam or current Thailand.
But because they were popular in the sideshow act, people just started calling all conjoined twins Siamese.
Also,
twins,
it's more exotic.
That's so rare.
If you say they're from like Thailand, and they're Siamese, that sounds certainly more. It's like they've traveled the ends of the globe to be here.
How many conjoined twins are actually born each year? It's got to be super, super rare, right? I mean,
and survive, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like are more than one a year born and survive? Like,
I think so. Yeah,
I would imagine so. Out of the millions of people on the earth,
I don't know.
Once in every 50 to 60,000 births.
Like, I'll be honest with you guys. When we were, trying to conceive, I wanted to have Siamese twins. That's what I wanted, and a lot of people were like, do you want a boy? Do you want a girl? I was like, no, I want Siamese twins. And then people were like, are you sure? And I was like, I'm just fucking around.
But Dan, that was because you wanted that forearm tat of Maisie. You wanted that actually as a chess piece, and you wanted it balanced,
big,
right?
Yeah, I wanted it big and balanced, and I wouldn't have gotten the tattoo, Ross, if it had just been one of those like almost a sibling. You know what I mean? That grows off of that.
Oh, like that one arm.
Yeah, I don't count that. It's got to be full, and I'd prefer them. I like them adjoined at the top of the head.
Oh yeah.
So it makes for optimum uncomfortability when they have to do anything.
Didn't the oldest?
This is terrible. I should shut up.
Oldest conjoined twins just recently die, or something like the most famous oldest
the girls.
Yeah. Those.
Oh yeah, I think you're right.
And
that's sad.
They lived till like their 40s or something.
And they were married, right?
They were married to two different men. And it was a whole thing. Like they were on Regis and Kathy Lee and all Maury Povich.
How long ago was that?
Regis is Yvonne video.
Regis
is dead, and Kathy Lee left that show 20 years ago.
In the 90s, it was a big thing to have conjoined twins on your morning talk show.
Oh, I know. I had some on Ed Till.
Maury Povich.
John Arsenio. They did all the rounds.
Yeah.
Donahue, everything.
Yeah. Donahue.
Donahue.
Anyway.
The best. Remember my favorite Donahue thing was at the end of the show, he would like sit down and have a quiet moment with you where he didn't really say anything. He'd just be like, well, we learned a lot today about gay Nazi Hitler, didn't we?
Yeah. And then Jerry Springer stole it. Like he stole the whole like Jerry's final thought from Phil Donahue.
I'd be like, I never put that together, but he did. He stole that from Donahue. That's fucked up.
And I know I actually think in his defense, Ross, I actually think he says he stole it. Like I'd have to research it, but I think he does give credit that he like really liked Phil Donahue. I remember watching Donahue with my dad. He had poofy white hair.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think that's his whole credibility was the fact that he had gray hair and like he was an old man, and people were like, "I trust this old man." Like,
you
why?
trust me because I have gray hair.
Yeah, that's it.
And glasses.
I don't know anything about you. What makes you certified to do any of this? Like, you're not a psychologist. You're not anything. You're just a glorified.
You know what? Now that you're saying this, I don't know who Donahue is.
You know, he's just a talk show host.
No, but how did he get there?
He just probably applied for a talk show host job or some shit. He's like, like an actor. He did commercials, and they're like, "Oh, well, choose him." Like, who cares what you think, old man? At the end of the show, like you did
Ross,
commercials.
you should
before
do
this.
that since you are the Orlando Talk Show. Since you're the host.
Oh yeah,
you should do
final
a
reflection.
final reflection. With, oh my God,
God.
just steal it from Jerry.
Yeah.
I would love that.
At the end of each podcast, you just do a reflection on the podcast and current day events and what's going on.
No, you should just read one of Donahue's final moments. Start at like a random date, 1979, and just go from there on.
I was going to save it for the end of the show, but yeah, I'll go ahead and plug my new podcast, Musings.
What's the next story, Ross?
There's a lot of stuff going on, Tom. We got a pandemic running wild in the world. There's a lot of environmental damage occurring every single day. Politically, the world has never been more at odds with each other. Right now, the Department of Energy has proposed changes to the 1992 law, which defined the allowable shower head flow. Basically, in 92, they limited shower heads to not be able to produce more than 2.5 gallons of water per minute. You might ask me, why is the Department of Energy investigating this particular law at this time? It's because of our president. Here's a quote from him. Quote, "So shower heads, you take a shower, the water doesn't come out. You want to wash your hands, the water doesn't come out. So what do? You just stand there longer, or you take a shower longer? Because my hair, I don't know about you, but it has to be perfect. Perfect." End quote.
We've talked about this, Ross, and tell me how you feel, because all the new appliances that they're making. I recently bought a new dishwasher. The older, less efficient dishwashers, or any appliance that has to use a bunch of water or whatever, like fixtures or whatever, work better than the new ones.
Yeah. Yes.
Because they use waste way more, and now because of all regulation and they're trying to be more energy efficient, whatever, they actually, new technology works less efficient, or
like
less
efficiency is bad.
For getting the job done.
Getting the job done.
Yeah.
I mean, like my new washer that's less than, it's like 3 years old? 4?
Yeah.
It already broke. I had to repair it last weekend.
Yeah. Well, it's all, there's just made of plastic now. It's like the old 1950s dishwasher. I don't even know if they had them back there, but like the 70s, all metal.
Yeah.
And just tons of water.
Lasted forever.
Like you turn a hose on for half an hour, just pouring out.
I just got my my Samsung washer here that my bong is currently sitting on top of. I just got it fixed, and the piece that was broken, this guy broke it. He opened the washer in a way that I never would have imagined it even opened. And then there was a row of like 6. They looked like beefy little jewel pods, and he tapped one of them and he said, "Yep, your cold water valve. That's the problem." I'm like, what the fuck?
That's nuts. Really?
Yeah.
He's like changing the cold water fuse in your... That's nuts.
The inside of this thing looks like a goddamn, a circuit board with little transistors and shit. And water flow.
Like for mine, it was the rack on the top, like a piece broke, and then the piece that I needed from Whirlpool was like $78.
Yeah, what the fuck?
But then the piece that Andrea ordered from Amazon was made in China, and she got it for $7.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't understand anything anymore, man. I fixed it. It works fine. Whatever.
So is it they're trying to take that regulation, that water flow regulation, out of the equation? Because I think all it is a tiny little washer. Because I've heard when
a little screen, isn't it?
When you get a new fixture or whatever, a shower head, all you have to do is take out the little screen or thing, and then everybody's like, "Oh yeah, take that out. That's the water flow restrictor."
Yep.
And then it's fine.
I used to steal the screens off of the
faucet,
off the faucets at Clear Channel to put in my bong.
Yeah. That's an old school thing.
I'd go in there and I'd unscrew the thing, and they'd stack them.
Oh yeah, have like 4 or 5 in there.
Yeah, and I'd steal every single fucking one of them. Fuck that place.
I remember I took the screen out of my the kitchen one in my house when I was a teenager, and my mom was like, "Something's wrong with it because it didn't do what this." I was like, "I don't know."
I like to put it back so all the tap water smells like resin.
What's the next story, Ross?
Do you guys still use a screen? Something about smoking through gas station brass just doesn't do it for me anymore.
I don't
a little
even.
bit of weed, you know?
I ingest everything now. It's just all pills.
Yeah, he just eats the screens now.
Well, that'll keep you regular. I don't know if you guys saw a couple of weeks ago, a viral video went around of a bear approaching like two ladies on a path.
Yeah.
It pretty much showed up everywhere. If you saw that video recently, they caught that bear. They moved it to a different state, get it away from people, you know, where they think it was being fed and acclimated too much to people. They also castrated that fucking bear.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I saw that.
They probably to make it less aggressive.
But it wasn't aggressive. I mean,
Couldn't you? No, it'd be too much work.
it
I was
didn't
going to say,
attack the lady.
you don't necessarily want to change. You don't want to necessarily make it sterile, right? I mean, you want it to still do its bear things, and if it found a mate, you'd want it to bear mate, right?
Maybe they determined that it's better off for the bear, that it's less aggressive, more docile, and just lives its life. Because they're like, if this thing comes after another person or like gets near people, they're going to kill it, right?
Yeah.
Because they're not going to take the chance.
How about we kill the people that get near the bears?
Well, that's the problem with people is that we're near the bears. There's no getting out of it. Like we are.
Unfortunately, we're going to kill all the bears.
Yeah.
That's just. I don't know if you know this, Sam. It's not going to end well for bears or any animal.
Yeah.
We're gonna trump all of them.
Yeah.
Pun intended.
If we're we're growing in population. We want to live in bigger and bigger places, and
what do bears do for me is what I would ask.
Bear lives matter.
Although I got to tell you, those ladies with that bear did remain incredibly calm.
I know. I don't know if I could do it.
'Cause
I think I'd start running.
How old were the ladies?
They look like early 20s.
Yeah, they were young, and then the bear even
I
went.
have a problem calling early 20s women ladies.
Yeah, I know.
Why?
Just no. It's, you got to say
girls,
something way more disrespectful, like chicks.
Hey,
because
what about the side chicks?
the
Shout
bear
out.
didn't the bear use its snoot to like?
He was just sniffing
it
her.
says here, sniffed one of these dames.
I knew it.
But it did something like sort of like curious aggressive to one of them, and then
Ooh.
she was like, "Oh!" And then
That's the worst children's
He
book.
just put, he like put his
Curious
paw on her
aggressive.
arm or something, but he didn't harm her at all.
no. But I think the size of a bear, like if it just was,
It wasn't a big bear. It was still a cub.
yeah. But that's where
It's
the
like an
mom bear
adolescent.
comes out, and that the mom bear will kill you good. Bear fucking around with his cubs or whatever. Like that's the most. I think that's the most dangerous. The bears can be is if you're around any of their cubs. Like if if you surprise a bear and it's got cubs, it'll just come and just
You know what I like?
chomp your head.
I like
Eat you alive.
I like. No, I'm not going to say that joke. I'm going to. You know what? Continue with the show.
Okay.
So
they castrated it to decrease the likelihood of it getting in a fight with another bear in this mountain range they were going to release it in.
So it wasn't even about humans. It was so that it wouldn't start fighting another bear that it was part of its territory or whatever.
I feel bad. It was separated from its family and it got its balls chopped off.
Yeah.
It's pretty rough. If imagine,
I don't know. I mean, it sounds pretty nice.
Yeah. I mean, it could be worse.
Like, would you
It
pay?
could be worse.
You
They
pay
could've
that
killed him.
picture. I mean, like, if you told
My
me,
balls don't even
like,
do anything anyway.
hey, during this COVID, I know everything's crazy with the school with kids and everything, and I know you and your wife have been cooped up and you're fighting more than ever. We're gonna castrate you and then pull you from your family. Take
Not
me,
that-
take
not
me,
that
please,
bad.
please take me.
Are you gonna put me to sleep? And yeah. Well, it's
Yeah,
a
you're just
surgery.
gonna stay in a cave.
and then I just wake up
Yeah.
no balls.
And you'll wake up
and-
no balls. You just be
Not
in a
bad.
cave and you just chill out and you'll be really stoned out, like chill the whole rest of your life.
You got another story, Ross?
Oh, I got a bunch of shit for you, Tom. You just
Okay.
tell me when to stop. Piece of Shit News is always dedicated to bringing you the latest in the most expensive nonsense. Today, brand new spanking news we got here for you. An Israeli jewelry company, this is according to the AP, is working on what it says will be the world's most expensive coronavirus mask. It is a commission. Somebody specifically ordered this thing. They had a few demands. They wanted it by the end of the year. They specifically wanted it to be the most expensive mask in the world, and they wanted it fitted with fuck your N95 filter, dude. This has N99 filters.
What?
N99.
I got 99 problems, but a filter ain't one.
All right.
So
supported.
I don't even know it went higher than 95.
No.
So
I have to imagine like an N100 is just a plastic bag tied around your head, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, I still don't even understand it. I just put the regular mask on. I'm like, whatever. I mean, I wear gaiters and I sneeze at them because
hard as you can.
I watched the news last night and they said the coronavirus can travel 16 feet, and I was like, congratulations, you're now more athletic coronavirus than Big Tim Murphy.
How dare you?
But that's only if coronavirus can get that discounted, bus ticket.
Yeah. So did they say how much this mask will cost or be worth?
All right. We got a coronavirus mask, 18 karat white gold, decorated with 3,600 white and black diamonds. Like I said, N99 filters. It's going to come in at $1.5 million.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
Where do you
and
wear
this
that?
motherfucker is still going to throw it in the Publix parking lot when he's done with it.
Yeah. So,
man, lately...
did you have to go that high? Like, couldn't you... The most expensive mask could be $10,000, right?
Hey, do you guys think I'm an idiot? Just real quick, based on what Ross just said.
Yeah.
Do you guys think I'm an idiot? I will put a plastic bag on my hand or whatever I can find, and I'll pick up those masks. It drives me crazy when people leave them.
Oh, yeah. It's littering.
I wash my hands, and I don't touch anything else, but I'll put my hand like in a paper bag or whatever if I see them, and I'll pick them up. It drives me mad.
Yeah.
Don't do that. I mean...
Or you're just a selfish piece of shit.
Yeah.
You're littering on the... It's the same as throwing your goddamn fast food wrapper on the floor.
Now,
It's like,
condoms I'm okay with. But
you're right. A good condom on the floor. Because you know what? I understand that this was probably an emergency situation.
Wait a minute. An emergency.
Yeah, it was an emergency. You had to get the poison out.
Yeah, something happened, and there's a condom in the Walmart parking lot. Like, something happened here.
Yeah, that needed to happen. It was important.
Yeah. I don't know why it's there, but I give you a pass because
but the
means
mask, unacceptable.
Disagree.
Condom, I fully support. Bad Dennis.
The most important thing is that no child is ever conceived in a Walmart parking lot.
Yeah.
That's true.
Hand out condoms in the Walmart parking lot.
All right, let's do.
Let's keep going. This is fun.
All right, Tom, just for you, we got Dumb Old Man playing with kids' toys news. Simon Cowell recently got on an electric bike and broke his fucking back.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
cute.
my
It was
God.
a kid's toy, too. Yeah. Oh,
in like 4 places.
Oh, yeah. He fucked himself up. Like, his injury, I heard somebody on TV, and I laughed at this, and you shouldn't. You're a good person if you don't.
Yeah.
Somebody said that Simon Cowell's injuries are worse than Kevin Hart's, and Simon's were on a kid's toy.
No, really.
And I was like, is that true?
Well, I mean, yeah, you could hurt yourself on anything. I wonder how he fell. Like, he was riding on one of those e-bikes. I don't know what brand or whatever, but he said he was riding it in his own, like, compound or, like, estate, and then broke his back. But how? Like, how violently did he fall?
He keeps using the word, and I think his press agents probably are pushing the word testing. They keep saying he was testing his electric bike, but it also says he was in his own fucking courtyard. So he was just taking a lap around his fountain and fucking lost traction and slid out or something and broke his fucking back.
Yeah, I don't think he probably didn't even fall that hard. Like,
You don't have to.
Yeah, because you see, like, there's tons. I mean, shit, we've watched Jackass for all these years, and like I've seen people like that car will fall like crazy hard, and then get up and walk away, or be like, oh,
yeah, this is a 6-year-old man.
True. Yeah.
With big titties. Like, I finally I can say it. Like, I'd watch American Idol, and I'd be like, God damn, Simon Cowell has a big ass
He's got
titty.
fudgers.
He's got bigger titties than you, Sam.
No.
He does.
He's got some big old titties, some big old
He's got
Jesus.
British
big
titties.
British.
Big old cows.
Yeah, he's got some big old,
Some men, they have
Cadbury
like
milkers.
they'll work out.
Yeah.
Listen, the chopper over there has got some like.
Oh my God.
Oh, shit.
Oh, let's have a tit off.
Hey.
I'm just telling you, the chopper got some big ones. That's all.
Oh yeah, didn't you guys see him at the beach?
So Ross,
When he
Tom,
first started
Tom
working
just
there.
told Butler he's got big titties.
He's got some men have the pecs that lend themselves more towards
A breast?
like a breast.
Now you're
'Cause
going to
the-
hurt it. Why are you bullying him? You're going to hurt his feelings.
No, he bullies me all every day.
How do you feel about your big titties?
Pussytail.
Oh yeah, his wife has been rubbing her estrogen cream on a towel, and Butler's been rubbing it on his face. So he's been growing titties, Rob.
I've been back on my pull-ups, Dan. I got a nice set of perkies right now.
Oh yeah. Hey, when Ross wants to, Ross will dedicate himself. He'll get ripped as hell, and then a week later, you'll never know. Like you are a chameleon.
Yeah. And I'm not talking. And people in their mind are thinking of like a guy that maybe has some extra weight on him, and he has like
It's worse than that.
Fat. He's got like fat titty. I'm talking about like a guy that has pecs, but they're like molded like breasts. So like
mean. You're so
It looks like the Marilyn Manson when he was
Bust.
in Beautiful People.
Yeah. It's like they're more. We know a guy.
They're tight to the
Yeah, we do-
body.
we do.
That's
know
our
a guy,
friend
yeah.
that has pecs, but they're more like titties.
I mean, if you
They're
put
handfuls.
them,
Are you fucking comparing me to Cabin Boy?
Well,
No.
weren't supposed to say that.
I am not.
They're classic Hasselhoffs.
Yes, Hasselhoff.
plastic
Yeah.
hogs.
Yeah. Hasselhoff has like that. Anyway, let's do one last story, Ross.
All right, one last story in the news recently. I don't know how familiar you are with Jerry Falwell Jr.
Yes,
Did you hear about this story, Dan?
I did. Yes.
He until recently was the president of a Bible college, Liberty University. He recently got fired because I think it was on Instagram. He put a picture out on Instagram of himself, basically in like a kind of a tight T-shirt, and I think like Jean Duke shorts, right, Dan? Reuters is not giving me a picture here.
Yeah, it's Duke's. Yeah.
And then his pants are unzipped, like basically showing what I would call top of groin bulge. Okay, and then he's got his arm around a young lady, some chick. He's got his arm around, not his wife, and she's wearing similar pants in the same state of affairs. And he obviously has like a glass of scotch in his hand, and he put it out.
And I'm just going to throw it to you. What was up with that picture on Instagram?
You know, it was weird.
Sorry.
Hold on, my web browser, Ross. I apologize. Apparently, got it felt the Lord, and it just started spilling Jerry Falwell all over you. Apologies.
So, did he post this picture himself?
Yeah, and then his quote underneath it was, quote, "More vacation shots, lots of good friends visit us on the yacht. I promise that's just black water in my glass. It was a prop only," end quote.
Black water? What? Hold on.
Drink on a boat, Tom.
Yeah. Oh, black water, keep on rolling. Mississippi moon,
It's not even
keep on shining on me.
Black water's not even a thing. like,
There it is. I got it. All
Okay,
right, now
yeah.
you can see it.
Yeah.
And you know what? It made me, if I just look at the picture, I'm like, all right, Jerry Falwell Jr., we can party now because you look like a normal human being. But if you're going to deny it, say no.
Here's the thing, though.
Is that Peg Bundy?
How are you? It does look like Peg Bundy. How are you so ignorant to who you are that you would post like you're the son of a super prominent evangelical preacher,
He's
right?
the son of a preacher man.
Yeah, and then
Well, he's drunk.
But still, like
I mean, it's easy. I mean, like everything is.
it's not like
what have we always
Instagram
learned?
just happened.
We thought Clear Channel, everything. The roof was full. Everything's always more simple than you think, right? He was on the yacht with the guys. He was drinking the brown drink with his girl. They unbuttoned their pants. They're taking funny photos. Somebody snapped a photo. They put it out there. He's hammered.
Someone mentioned it was a Trailer Park Boys themed party.
Okay, but still,
well, there you go.
But even regardless, what he's doing is fine. It's stupid, whatever. But that's not the point. The point is, you're Jerry Falwell Jr., the son of the famous preacher Jerry Falwell or whatever. Anyway,
The real issue, though, Tom, was he was at the time he was the president of Liberty University, and say you're a student at Liberty University. When you sign up, you pay your tuition, you pick your class schedule. You sign a legal document that says you will engage in their moral,
right?
basic.
Yeah.
their moral code, and that includes posting like shit like pictures of your pants undone on Instagram. It is very, very strict. And if you were a student at Liberty University, you would be expelled for some shit like this.
Yeah.
But that even lends itself more to my point is that how did he not realize this was a bad move? And I know you're saying he's just drunk, but
here's his explanation, Tom. I think this will clear it up for you. Okay. And he did leave his post. He's not the president of Liberty anymore. He's probably going to just start a mega church or some shit. He'll be fine.
Yeah, he'll be good.
But this is his explanation. Quote, she couldn't get her pants zipped. And I was like I had a pair of jeans I hadn't worn in a long time, and I couldn't get mine zipped either.
Okay.
So I just put my belly out like hers, end quote.
That's the worst lie I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, not to say that I'm right again, but you just come back when they go, why'd you do that? You just go like, I was drunk.
And it's like, that's not liquor drink, that's black water. Black water.
What are you talking about?
Buddy Andres tried to tell
it's a rock and roll club.
That he at my bachelor party that he was at a rock and roll club. Rock and roll club's not even a thing.
That's what European people call discotheque. You want to go to a rock and roll club and dance around rock and roll. Jerry Lewis.
Your lie,
Casey Kasem.
Your lie doesn't exist, which makes what you're saying crazy.
Yeah.
Black water, that's not even like, I didn't notice. I was just
Ross.
Good old black water.
Ross, your hair looks awesome, by the way, man. It looks good. Look how long his fucking hair is. But you're cutting it. Are you doing Locks of Love again?
Yeah, when I do cut it, that's what I'll do. But that one will be for a while.
I don't think you should cut it. I think it looks cool. I rue the day I ever cut my hair. So you want to do one more?
Yeah. Well, I was going to ask Ross any what's going on in your podcast.
Yeah. What's on the show this week?
The last one we put out, we just had Sam. You might know him as Jimmy Josh Frontlegs. Josh Adam Myers.
That's exciting.
Founder of the Goddamn Comedy Jam and host of the 500 podcast. That was a really good one. Coming out next Thursday, Jackie hooked us up with Tim Dorsey. You know who that is, Dan?
Sounds extremely familiar.
He's a very quintessential Florida writer. He's that guy that wrote like the Serge Storms books.
Yeah.
And that episode, if you're a fan of Rat House, Tim Dorsey tells me a cute little story about a rat infestation in his neighborhood, and I Rat House school him. So that one's a lot of fun.
Awesome.
And then 2 weeks after that, Sam.
Yes.
You might remember from the Crab Feast, Steve Cantwell. We get Steve Cantwell on the line. I talked to him for like an hour and a half about his fucking 8-year salvia trip.
Oh, that's my favorite podcast episode ever.
And he gives up a bunch of Mormon secrets, dude. It's just fucking awesome. It's a really good one.
When does that come out? When's that out, Ross?
That'll be out. That'll be the first Thursday in September.
Okay, great. Cool. Awesome. So we got a lot of good tots stuff to listen to. Brother, we love you. Thanks so much for doing the news, man.
Love you too. See you guys later. Bye.
All right, brother. Be good. That is our good friend, Ross McCoy, King of the News.
Yep.
Live from, where was he? Well, he has the banner now, but I think he's still in the garage. I saw some sweat.
Yeah, he's in the garage.
Shall we take a break and then come back, and then we'll just get crazy for the end?
We could do some dump them out.
Yeah, this is really cool. A band called The Ryans, which I'm just guessing it's two guys named Ryan. They're AMT listeners, BDMs, and they sent us some music. This is their newest song. It's called Is This the End? 1-844-TOMNDAN if you want to call in. We haven't even barely taken any calls. Show at TomandDan.com for a last-minute email. Let's go. Quick question. Do you think that our social media and events manager, not many events now, Tony Palmiotti, when he got his new system, his new air conditioning from American Air and Heat,
yes,
did he hover over them and talk to them the entire time?
Oh, yeah.
Or did Deb yell at him and say, "Get in it, Tony, get in it"?
Oh, Deb definitely yelled at him.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah,
but he got hooked up, dude. He got a full, brand new system. His calves will never be cooler. And that's all due to the family-friendly service, American Air and Heat. I cooked bacon last night for some baked potatoes.
Yeah.
My wife went up there and used what now, basically, the bacon dial.
Yeah.
It's this...
It's like deodorizer.
And you turn it on, and it just makes your house not smell like bacon.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Plus, we've got the UV light that kills viruses.
Electrostatic air filter.
For
We got new
people with
systems.
allergies.
Yeah, we needed new systems, and you can do that. You can put it like Tony. You finance that thing and cool those calves.
Yeah. And the best thing about my new system is they replaced all the ducts as well. We had one return by the sofa, and it would be sucking crazy loud. And now
I remember you having to turn off your air during the Super Bowl so we could hear stuff.
Yes.
And not cool, dude.
And nowadays...
Almost worse than Dirty Jim making a stand for the national anthem.
Nowadays, they put all the returns in the ceiling, and there should be a return in each room.
Yes.
And it's because our son's bedrooms were always hot because the return was so far away that
It was
heat
just
would rise.
designed poorly. You know?
It'd blow cold air, and the heat would still be on top because it had no place to go. Now there's a return in every room. It cools down the whole house perfectly with all the new ducts. I'm telling you.
And these guys take all the precautions, you know.
So efficient now.
But, you know, when they're installing, they take it seriously. COVID, they're masking up. They're putting the booties on the feet. They wrapped our floor in plastic when they installed mine. My whole house was wrapped in plastic. You would have never known they'd been there. They did that it was like Dexter style.
Dude, they gave me a portable AC because I had to have 1 day of no AC while they replaced the ducts.
Well, you had a lot of work to do.
So they dropped off an AC so we could sleep in the room like a hurricane. We had a little hurricane party with the boys. We all slept in one room for a night. And they're just so good at the service, and like they give you that family friendly service. So if you're gonna use, you get a repair, get a new system. They've got great financing. It's AmericanAirandHeat.com.
What? Bye-bye. Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
Tom.
Samantha's here. Butler's here. The fish are here.
Fish. What's left of them?
Yeah, where are we at? We're good now, right? Last week was catastrophic. We lost Big Ugly. We lost Piss Face.
Yeah.
We lost 2 of the Firefish. We had something's going on in there.
Yeah, well, so far, no more after that.
Yeah, we're good now.
Crabs ate everybody, too. Like their bones and everything. So, I don't know. Something happened.
I feel like we should rename pubic lice because... If you did have crabs down there, they would eat your
genitals.
I mean, I think they do.
It'd just be a barren wasteland.
Canadian Josh wants to give a shout out to his wife for her birthday. Happy birthday, Angie.
Oh, is she listening?
I don't know.
If
if
course not.
and that was fucking pointless, Canadian Josh.
Yeah, for sure, your wife's like, you're doing that stupid thing again. You don't listen.
Hey guys, Canadian Josh.
Yeah. The shout out is you're only going to hear it, Josh.
Yeah. Shout out to Josh for his wives. Hey, we want to wish Josh a happy birthday to his wife. How does that even work?
Shout out to Dr. Rocker.
Yeah.
Let's
she doesn't listen either.
do some dump them out.
All right, let's dump them.
Dump them out. Dump them out. Sing along now. Dump them out. Gotta dump them out.
You gotta dump them out.
Dump them out. Dump them out. Gotta dump them out.
We got too many topics on the list today. It's the end of the motherfucking show. So come on, baby, let's dump them out and play. I wanna see your topics. Ooh, I wanna also see your bottomics. Dump them out. Dump them out. Everybody. Dump them out. Dump them out. What the hell is that?
Dump them out brought to you by Precision Door of Central Florida.
Oh my God!
Give them a call, 407-710-BDMS. Ask for the silent package. If you get a whole new door, you get 5% off. You mentioned Tom and Dan. And me and Dan have the Wi-Fi silent package.
Look at you
good.
guys.
Yeah.
You will like your door so much, you will say...
What the fuck?
407-710-BDMS. Give them a call. So, what do we got?
We got Vampire vs. Grandpa. This happened this morning.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Me and Tom's alter egos had a stare-off battle.
Yeah, I mean, like, I've got Samantha who's got in, like, novelty...
They're icy gray.
Icy
That's the
gray contacts.
Yeah.
And then you have on your... Now,
Pop glasses.
Let me see these.
I normally don't...
Are these yours?
Are they your wives?
No, these are in what can only be described as Gertie purple.
Are they purple? They
They're
look
like-
black from here, so I can't really
They're
tell.
black. I got them on Amazon.
Oh, man, your eyes got huge. Are they magnified?
I don't get Butler said the same thing. They were supposed to be the 0.1 or 0.5.
I can't see.
I couldn't find the, so I just went. I was
What are
like,
these?
reading glasses. I just bought the first thing
try
on
mine.
Amazon.
They're not much different than mine.
Well, they have... Oh, man.
And I got legitimate,
They have
real...
different strengths, you
and
know.
mine are mild.
No. This I see it blurry.
No, but yours are more powerful, I think, than my actual glasses.
His eyes went bad real fast.
Because I have glasses from eye strain. Like, I have injured my eyes from... They just get tired.
Tom
So-
rocks those on the tip of his nose.
Yeah, why do you rock them all
Like
the
he's
way to the
like he's a
bottom?
banker in Harry Potter.
You look like one of those Harry Potter Jew gnomes from
Gringotts,
yeah. I mean, by the way, nobody's going to convince me that she, after knowing what we know about her and how she feels about certain people, you don't think she was drawing like Jewish money gnomes? Like, come on.
I look like I'm doing the. I look like I'm doing the warden's taxes.
So when I got here this morning,
Hold on, I got to go to the camera. Put them on.
Put 'em back on, put 'em
back on. All right.
See, I can see.
You do
I can
look
read.
exactly like your grandfather. My
Yeah.
fucking God, man.
Yeah.
They're
when I came in this morning, neither myself or Tom had looked at each other, so we didn't notice the
And then when-
differences
yeah,
in
then when you
ourselves.
looked at each other, you both went like, whoa!
Yeah, we both got scared.
It was vampire versus grandpa.
yeah. Because Samantha's got
Grampire.
vampire contacts in. Which I was going to say, we don't clown on Samantha because she does so much.
I mean, I
for us,
want to
so-
clown on it because
You
I
can
think
clown on me.
I
It's fine.
feel like she has aged out of that. But I mean, like,
No, clown
you
on
got to be delicate, you know. Like,
I did.
look at
I
him.
did-
See, I will censor myself. This motherfucker is like, he sees something. He's like, I definitely Kmart. Definitely Kmart.
I did. I did think of the joke. Hot topic called. They said you're late to work. And,
That's fine.
but I have old man glasses, so I can't say much. And
Somebody's mom's going to see My Chemical Romance.
Got canceled. So, and then, we were promised a pizza party today, which is usually never happens.
You declined?
No.
No, well, I did say let's get something
Yeah,
else
you were
besides pizza
pizzaed
because
out.
I'm pizzaed out.
Yeah, I want pizza so bad.
I put my old man glasses on
So
and started
Tom
looking
put,
at
his,
DoorDash.
Tom put on his old man glasses and started scrolling on his broken phone.
I'm kind of mad at you, by the way, because I had my
Oh man, this was like an hour. By the way, we went through this.
You are correct, and I'm kind of mad at you, Tom. And I'm going to be honest with you and tell you when I'm mad at you now. Like, normally when I'm mad at you, I just stuff it down and it turns to cancer, and I'm terminal at this point. And I'm getting mad at you like I get mad at my wife when I get my taste buds, and you guys tell me, and the listeners
you
too.
just put in your Jason
I
Telly
get
order.
my taste buds set for something, and I I like food. I'm a good cook.
Same.
And once I have my taste buds anchored on whatever I'm eating.
Well, first we were going to get. Well, okay.
First
so-
it was pizza, but you said you were pizzaed
right.
out.
Then
and
we
I
went to
understand.
Pokehana, and then he's like, "Well, that isn't open till 11."
And that's a BDM owned.
Right.
Those Pokeballs. Shout out to those guys.
Delicious.
Not a client. Wish they were.
Just couldn't wait that long because then we wouldn't get it until the show had started.
Yeah.
Then he's like, you know what? He clicked on the healthy tab with his little grandpa glasses on, and he's scrolling through, and he's like, all right, we're going to go Jason's Deli. And we're like, okay. Everybody goes around, picks what they want from
Yeah.
Jason's
Off
Deli,
of your
trying
phone.
not to scratch our fingers on his phone that's broken.
Yeah, don't
He
give that to
goes-
your sons. They're too precious. Their fingers are too
Soft,
new. They'll just slice them like literally like a
He goes
knife
to
in
hit
butter.
pay or
I
whatever.
did hit order, and then I noticed it.
and then I heard, uh-oh. And I turn around and he's got his glasses at the tip of his nose and he goes, I almost did it again. I almost sent it to my house. He almost sent our goddamn Jason's Deli to his house.
Yeah. Then when I changed the address to our studio address,
not available.
And then it said it's too far. It was then I told him,
everybody is saying like the whole like you guys are doing what I hate. Like Jason's Deli is absolute dog shit. The worst. Jason's Deli is straight garbage. It's not.
Hey, it's fine.
Get the fuck out of here. You guys are doing exactly what I said I hate. It's fine. It's a sandwich. We're not trying to have a fucking gourmet meal. All we
trying
wanted
to be
was
slightly healthy.
a turkey wrap with some avocado on it.
Yeah, it's fine. Anyway, that was.
And then we threw our hands in the air, gave it up to God, and went to Publix and got a sensible
same old shit every day.
Same old shit.
We need to do what radio stations do, and then get a Pokehana.
If only we had any great places that serve food that we could run through.
Okay, we'll give them free promotion. Just drop it off every day.
I mean, Gringos isn't that far from here.
I know. So if you're listening and you want free promotion, just feed us at lunch every day. We'll just give you plug hole.
Yeah,
we have
whatever.
no rules. And do whatever we want.
If you you don't even have to have a restaurant. If you're just a guy,
and
you
want
to make me a PBJ and run it by here, I'll eat it, even if you came in.
I'm out.
Artisan bread guys be knocking on our door now.
I'll give you the Dan Dennis promise. In 44 years of living on this planet, I have never, ever checked my jelly for cum. That's a Dan Dennis promise.
Yeah, eat right through it. This tastes like a little,
always,
like pool chemicals.
Yeah, it's got a bleachy zing like Miracle Whip.
Next on the list, we got 16 kids.
Oh yeah. So I took my sons to the dentist.
16 kids.
Getting loaded.
16 kids.
Does liver
Never
explode?
exploded. How Tom's gonna.
And it's like a child dentistry. Like they only do kids.
But
right?
it's children. That's the weird part.
By kids.
It's for kids by kids. It's Fuku.
So anyway, Tommy and Max, they're really good kids, and they're just sitting there, and they.
Who are you trying to convince, man?
They're doing their thing, getting their teeth clean, and the dentist is doing the.
Sorry.
By the way,
that was a big one.
we all need a job where that your job is just to go in and oversee the person that did the job and
supervisor.
Because that's the key. Because he just came like the techs clean my kid's teeth, did all the X-rays, whatever. He just comes in and like a relief pitcher, and he's like, let me check this out. Good job. And he's super nice guy, but he was like, your boys are this. I love this age, whatever. It's like we're so small talking kids.
It's my job.
And I was like, oh yeah, you got a couple kids this age? He's like, yeah, a couple kids this age. And my oldest, I love them when they're this age. I'm like, well, how many kids you got? And he's like, 16. I'm like, 16.
No. Maybe he meant his kid is 16.
No, because I went home and I told Crystal, and he's like, oh yeah, Dr. So-and-so's got 16 kids. I'm like, 16?
I like how she acts like that's cool. I like how your wife's like, oh yeah.
Dude,
it's got 16 kids.
It took me a while to wrap my head around what it meant to have 16 fucking kids, and to the point where
16 trips to the delivery room, right?
I don't know his whole.
He missed one of them, right?
I don't know.
Missed one.
Apparently, he's got multiple sets of like twins and stuff, like harems.
God.
But
multiple sets of twins. You're a fucking freak maker if you do that.
So I probably in vitro.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Or adopted, maybe.
Why do you need
that
many kids? My God.
So he loves kids. But when you say it like that,
is he from Utah?
No, he's a super nice guy. No, I don't even know. But
that's what they always say.
I started.
He was so nice.
I started equating 16 kids to Lagunitas Waldos, and follow me here, because if you follow me,
okay,
if you have one Lagunitas, like, hey, how many Waldos you got at one? And be like, all right, like, hey, you feel it 10%, like a high octane IPA.
2 Waldos,
yeah, 2, and then you're like 2. You're like, whoa, you're partying a little
bit. The
bit.
most I've ever had is 2 Waldos.
Yeah, then so you have 3, and then me and Daniel were talking like kids wise 5 kids, and that like normally
you're the only one I know that's ever had 4 Waldos, right? Didn't you accidentally drink 4?
And if you have 5 Waldos, I'm like, God damn, are you okay? Today he's like, I've had 16 Waldos. You die.
You're dead.
You can't even.
You're dead.
You can't even live through that.
No.
And then your whole job is working with kids too.
Yeah, I can't. 16, anyway, I blew my goddamn mind. It was so much that I didn't even seem real, but apparently it is.
Well, I mean, I guess it's
Doesn't,
possible for him
what's
to.
his name? The guy that's
16.
fuck. Sam Rivers? Doesn't he have like 16 kids?
He has a
Philip
lot of-
Rivers.
Philip
Yeah,
Rivers.
Philip
You're thinking
Rivers.
Sam Rivers.
I
Sam Rivers is an excellent musician, old man saxophone player.
I think he passed,
I
didn't
think
he?
Philip
I
Rivers
think he
only
did
has
finally.
like 10 or something, or like 9 or like,
Only.
Yeah, like he's
But
got,
I
or
think
maybe a
a-
dozen.
What's the most is 16 the most you've ever heard of?
That's and besides from like TV or some news
Sitcom
story
shit,
about
yeah.
something, but I've never.
The Duggars or whatever. Don't they have like
Duggars,
19
yeah.
kids?
Yeah,
19 and
But-
counting or
But
whatever.
that is like a stunt. Like at that
Yeah.
point, it's like they're on
you're doing
TV.
it. You're doing it because you have to. You need the money now.
But
At that
Yeah.
point, she's just like the alien queen. It's
Yeah.
just like falling out.
I've never heard some just a dentist, 16 goddamn kids. I was like,
That's
holy
crazy.
shit. Anyway,
That is a lot of kids. What else? Who's next here?
Qualified Captain.
Yeah,
Okay.
Qualified Captain Instagram.
So I follow this Instagram called Qualified Captain, and it's basically just boat fails, and then it just shows a bunch of boat fails from different places in the world. And I saw one the other day, and it was a person filming a truck and a boat in some sort of fast food drive-through, right? And you could play the video. I told Dan to bring it.
Switch to here.
Yeah, it's second row. Yeah, that drive-through
I'm
one.
just going to switch to here. See if this
Yeah.
works here. All right.
so
this one right here, right?
The car behind the guy pulling the boat is filming the video, right? And the person is in a drive-through parking lot. He's making his order, but of course, there's that overhang that's over all or most drive-throughs.
Yeah, the clearance overhang.
Yeah, the clearance that keeps.
so you can order without rain, pouring into your car.
And because there's another awning over the actual drive-through window
Right.
that keeps them dry from rain, and is probably there to warn you, like, don't drive through here because we don't want you knocking our awning off. Anyway, so the person behind is filming this person, and they're ordering, and it was like nighttime, so maybe the person been out in the boat, or maybe this is the morning and they're ordering breakfast. Don't know. So watch what happens.
All right, here we go.
Because this made me angry, and it told me something about the way our society is now. All right. So he's making an order.
What, he's slurping his soda?
What the hell?
So this lady is filming because
video this man make a terrible mistake.
Karen, really?
And then and he's going and he pulls forward and it ripped his bimini top off. And then and so okay, that's it. Here's the thing that I think is what's wrong with our society today and what's wrong with people's mentalities.
Mm-hmm.
That lady, it never dawned on her to get out and...
Oh, fuck that.
And then be like, hey, just to let you know...
Oh, you're anti just telling the guy?
No. Why am I going to get out because this dumbass is going through the drive-thru?
Just common
That's just
courtesy.
being a good person.
Yeah, like, how about instead of film it,
Yeah.
you're just like, hey, just so you know, you're not, your boat's
No.
going to hit this.
No, I
No,
agree
he should
with
know
that.
And then
better.
he...
No.
Well,
No, I'm not about
he
it.
can make a mistake,
I'm
though.
staying in my car. I don't know who the fuck this guy is.
Well, he's
Well,
not
I
going to
mean-
kill you because
I don't
I went from getting a cheeseburger to murdering the lady who was being nice to me.
I mind my business.
that
My
doesn't-
business is I'm waiting to order my
But that's
sensible
sad.
cheeseburger.
That's part of the problem. No, I'm with you. No, you got to at least yell out of your window, hey, and then the guy's like,
No.
he's like, what? And you're like,
He's
hey,
like, oh, shit, because
Yeah.
he obviously
because what
he
is
forgot.
Why does it hurt you, Sam?
I'm not getting out of my car.
No, okay. Let's say you're not
honk,
getting out of your car. I understand
warn
you don't
him.
want to get out of your car, but why not be a good person?
Yeah,
why
yeah.
not just yell at the guy and be like, "Hey, dude, you're fucking up."
I know it's
why not help out?
well,
Mind
yeah,
my business.
because
No,
that's the problem
bad.
with
That's
society.
bad. Yeah, that's why we're here. So
Yeah.
so you're saying that, but you would want somebody to do it for you.
I wouldn't make that fucking mistake.
Oh, that's a slippery slope.
Yeah,
People make
yeah,
mistakes.
yeah. Some people put
Mistakey Tom, and maybe
some people make
Did
the
you say
mistake.
mistakey, Tom?
Well, yeah, that's what you
That's how
call
you
me that.
pregame for a football.
But
No, you don't have to get out of your car, but I do think that we all have lost, and I agree with you. I think that we've
People
all
pull
lost
out their cameras.
We think now, mind your business, do what you're going to do, self-centered. It's a self-centered look. We used to look at things from the standpoint of helping your fellow man.
Yeah,
and we don't look at that.
I do
now.
help my fellow man, but I'm not getting out of my car or
Okay,
yelling at
let's
this
stop.
guy. And if I honk, the guy in front of me is going to think I'm being a bitch and honking at
so
him.
you're assuming
like,
that's not true.
Yeah,
you don't know
I am
that.
assuming.
Well, because
You
you're going to be
don't
like,
know that.
hey.
I don't know that.
Hey, this guy's about to rip off his bimini top with this. I see it.
And
I'm
again,
filming.
let's be selfish.
You know, that lady even I'm about to film this guy make a stupid mistake. Stop him. You
Yeah.
have the power.
I agree.
You could have said, hey, sir, you're gonna hit your bimini top. He'll be like, oh, shit. That thing probably cost him $2,500 to fix.
At
Yeah,
least. Not to mention the restaurant.
bolts off.
Let's be
Yeah, then you
selfish
fucked
for a
up the
second. Let's
restaurant.
be selfish like Samantha. I'm sorry, but you're being selfish. Let's
Okay.
be selfish for a second. It's not helping you to let him go through. You're not going to get the order now. Because this guy's going to have to get out and fix his fucking top and everything.
I'll go
So
to
if
the
you
next
are
place.
actually being... Well, now you're going to have to go down the road.
You could have helped
This guy's going
yourself.
to get out his... Yeah, if you're truly looking at it from a selfish standpoint, by him doing that, not going to help you. You're not getting your Arby's any faster.
Yeah, because then now he's going to get out of his car. He's like, shit, I can't move forward. I probably ripped the
And I wouldn't get out of my car
McDonald's.
either. I'm with you. I wouldn't get out of
Yeah.
my car, but I would yell.
Yeah.
I would honk.
get out.
I'd yell.
I'd run over and be like, hey, just some... and then he would have
You're
probably...
about to fuck up, man.
He would have been like, oh, shit, thank you for telling me. It didn't dawn on me that I was pulling my boat or that my boat's bimini top was higher than the awning clearance. Like, obviously, he didn't do it on purpose. So anybody could have stopped him. And
I don't know where we got to the point where we decided that it's okay to just let people
fail and videotape
it's
it.
make
It's the
mistakes.
internet.
And you're laughing. Like the lady, the reason she wants him to do that so she can video it.
Yes,
So it's
yes.
selfish.
Well, I'm not. I wouldn't film it. I
want the video.
Yeah.
I want the video. I'm
not getting involved.
I want you to fail. No,
So-
and that's your choice, and I understand that. I mean, some people either you're paranoid, you think the person's going to get mad or
But
whatever.
she released this
But
video, too.
I think
Qualified captain got it.
I think you have
That's a sweet
duty.
$50 from World Star, buddy.
We used to have a duty that was attached to being a human that
Yes.
meant that if you're a decent person, that you try to be decent to
You
other
help-
people.
yeah.
You help them. And that's gone.
Yeah, and you know what?
It's gone.
And I think it's been replaced with like I'm going to film it. Remember we talked to that BDM that jumped in the retention pond and saved the other BDM that was having
Yeah.
a seizure? Actually, the guy wasn't, but she was a BDM. And then we yelled at all the other people because he said I jumped in the water and everybody else was just filming it.
Right.
Now, I understand maybe they're not going to risk their life jumping in the water.
See,
I don't
that's
think
what I'm saying. I would call 911, but I'm not jumping in the water.
But,
either.
but that's fine. And
Well, you may not know how to swim.
That's what I'm
Get
saying.
it.
I don't have the confidence
This
to
is
jump
an
into a
easy
sinking
one, though.
car.
This is an easy one to help
But
out.
they were still filming it, which is it's not good. Like, why don't
I
film
agree with that.
other people's problems and mistakes and things that happen to them,
Misfortunes, yeah.
misfortune, and then so you can then release the video
And let everyone laugh at them.
and get likes or whatever.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
what the motivation.
I understand what you're saying, though,
And,
because
and there's one thing about
people
like
are crazy.
yeah, filming crazy things that happen, and there's a lot of that. But this was the first thing I thought is this lady could have stopped it,
Okay.
and just let it happen so she can get the video. She knew.
What
She's like, I'm
about-
about to film this guy make a horrible mistake. Stop him!
What about the other day that we watched the video of the guy with the three-wheeler trying to come up the dock? The guy that was filming him knew damn well he wasn't going to make it up
Oh
there.
no, I think those guys thought he was going to.
I think they've done it before.
And that's not like yes, he was. I think that guy with the three-wheeler was prepared that if shit goes wrong, he knew what he was getting into.
I also think
Like,
everybody on that video was drunk, but that's just me.
yes, yeah, and
that's
but,
just
but
me.
also
Probably.
They all knew they were being videotaped.
That's filming someone doing something
Right, well,
stupid.
Oh man,
That's filming someone doing something
Yeah,
stupid.
but he didn't know.
but-
you should. How do you not know?
No,
It's a
Butler's,
mistake.
Butler's throwing out his legal aspect. The difference is this guy had no idea that Karen was 2 cars behind him, filming him rip his bimini
Well, that's
top
the other
off.
thing. There's 2 or 3 cars behind him. Nobody else
no.
fucking got out or
all
said
those other
anything
people
either.
are just as bad.
Yes,
as her.
no, I'm saying
actually,
that.
but she's the worst because she
Filmed
videotaped
it.
it and uploaded. All those other people just stay quiet. So
They might have filmed it too. We just saw this video.
yeah, but they didn't upload it. Which
Maybe-
is another
We
story.
don't know
I'm
that.
with you, dude. That is what's wrong.
Maybe they didn't know that it was going to hit the clearance. It just didn't dawn on them or something. But that lady knew. She made it, and then she filmed it.
I will always be that guy. I'm not saying I'm any better or worse than anybody else, but like I don't know, just the way that I am. Like it was like
you got to help someone
Remember
out.
when I helped the kid that was floating away from his family on the raft?
Yeah,
and then the dad like thought I was like apparently thought I was some sort of fucking molester or something because I pulled his kid back over that was floating out to sea.
Yeah.
But I'm never gonna not do that.
No, you got to. If we stop and we just film every mistake we see and don't help each other out, then we're doomed.
See that one.
We're as good as
what's
dead.
funny is that one is not funny to me.
It isn't. Because
Now,
I was
had
like-
his whole boat like rolled down an embankment and burst into flames, I might be laughing and say it really is, and that's just an attest to me and how fucked up I am.
Yeah, I do make a lot of mistakes, and this is some shit that I may do in the future still.
In my opinion, if you are so unself-aware that you don't realize when you're towing a fucking boat that you have to make sure it clears things, then that's on you. It's not my job to make sure you're not a fucking dumbass.
I can't disagree with that, but
help someone out.
I would want somebody to help me.
Yeah, just give you a heads up, like, hey, don't just watch something like, hey, it's inevitable that this car is going to back
brief
in.
lapse of
It can't be stopped.
Be like, I'm
Brief lapse of judgment. How long was he sitting in that line?
I mean, he may have thought about it. You know what I mean?
That's
It's
on
just
him.
an absent mind. You know,
There's fucking
it happens.
signs that give you the exact measurements of the clearance.
But you're
before
underestimating.
you even get there.
You're underestimating things that could happen. His old lady might be,
Crowing at him.
hypoglycemic and be like, "I need a milkshake now," and he's like, "All right, goddammit." Like, you don't know what's
He
going
flustered,
on.
yeah.
His
But-
kid might be in the back. I'm hungry. I don't know what the fuck's happening
See,
there.
And the rest of the qualified captain is like people just making fucking they're too drunk, they're running in the dock, they don't know how to drive the boat, like all that's funny and stuff. But this is just like
I don't know.
the lady.
Is that not? I kind of. It's all the same to me.
Well, no, because the other stuff, a lot of it's security camera footage, and like people like, oh shit, this guy's out of control.
Like yours was security camera footage, and you dumped all the stuff into the water.
No one
could have stopped that.
No, because that was just
if someone was standing on the dock videotaping you, and I saw that footage, that would have been a dickhead.
But no, but that's fine because they didn't see it coming.
They were just filming. Like this lady,
This
lady knew she could stop it. She's like, she even says it. She's like, this guy's about to make a terrible mistake.
yeah.
Why don't you help him not make a terrible mistake instead of just letting him make a mistake
and then put it up on and Scream World
Right.
Star?
So I understand that. What else we got here?
We got Maisie student info fight with Andrea.
Oh yeah, this is a quick one. It's nothing makes me happier than when the teacher has my email address correct and Andrea's email address wrong, and I get all of the emails and everything, and Andrea's like, where are you getting all of this? I had her student ID number, I logged her in, I did everything. Andrea's like, how are you doing this? And what did I say? Man, you must not really like your kid. I mean, who loves her the most? I mean, the guy that's getting everything done.
Yeah.
You have failed as a mother.
Jesus.
They did that too when Tommy first started kindergarten.
It's all me.
I was getting a lot of the info.
Yeah.
Which
And moms don't get it. And Andrew's like, where did you get that? I was like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
And I always feel a little bit of guilt when I pick up the automated call and they're like, hello, this is Seminole County Schools to tell you some important information about your child, and then just hang up.
Yeah, I do that too. But they call too many times.
I know. And I'm like, I feel a little guilty just hanging up because they just said they're about to. But I know that it's the same old.
I'll do you one better.
No, but it's not. It's not the same one thing.
But Crystal will get it. They'll send the emails.
Yeah, they do both of you at the same time. It's like a robocall.
You guys are famously known for forgetting shit, like special days at school where they're supposed to dress
but it's
up.
so long. They go on.
Remember when you said try and help people? Yeah.
Well, not my own sons.
I mean you. I always try and help you, and you ignore all my help.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't fucking help anybody anymore.
Am I a bad guy?
I might have well ripped off this good.
Am I a bad guy for Maisie's principal? He did a Zoom, like introduction to the principal. He's a new guy. He just came into town. He's the new guy from out of state, and he came into town. Seems like a really nice guy. And he did a Meet the Principal Zoom call, and it started at 7 a couple nights ago. And I jumped in right when it was starting, and no one was in there, and it was just him. And he's like, well, I don't see anybody here. He's somebody popped in. I popped out.
Oh no!
I did.
I do that.
Oh,
I did.
you should have sat and chatted
I
with
popped
him.
in, and he's like, "Well, I guess we're not going to have many." Now they're coming in. We had somebody pop in. I was like,
You
can see me.
I was like, "Fuck, man, I don't want to."
I do that when people are doing their podcast live on Facebook.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is that?
You told me.
And
I do that too.
And they're like,
I've done all of
They're
them.
like, hey, Tom's here. It's I'm the only one. I'm like, fuck, I can't get out now. I have to and then I just leave it on and I'm watching. I'm like, I don't want to watch this
Garbage.
but
And then
now
Patricio's
I don't want
like, "This guy's been watching for 5 years."
No, I don't want them to feel bad that I leave because then they'll know that I went in there and I left. So I was like, fuck.
So you just designate the laptop to it. You can never go back to
But
it.
just know, if you see me in your podcast chat, I'm not watching.
No, he is
I
not.
am uninterested
No, he's not.
at anything you say. If it's
He's
not
guilted into leaving it
if
on.
it's not about gambling or my interest, not interested. You're talking, like, okay, I do this all the time, but I'm not interested.
All right, what about the goodbye song?
Well, we're going to do that because it's about time for us to get out of here, right? So we're going to do the goodbye song.
What is
this? Every day, this is what me and my daughter sing. And we're going to start doing this as a tradition on the show.
Okay.
I figured we could all sing this and leave, and this is what we're going to do.
With Lee, you said?
What's that now?
Nothing.
With Lee, yes, with Lee. Live from
We're
the
zooming.
UK, it's Lee.
It's time to go home.
Oh, yeah. It's time to go home.
Chicken can sing.
It's time to go home.
It's time to say
goodbye.
I had so much fun.
Did you have fun today, guys? The show was good,
did.
right?
You had so much fun.
I think the listeners had fun. It's the perfect way to end the show from now on.
Much fun. And now we say goodbye.
Goodbye, goodbye.
See you again.
Goodbye, goodbye.
See you again.
I'm in.
So Maisie plays this every single night or afternoon when she's done with school. This song is 9.5 minutes long. Oh my god! Yeah, and don't
That's
even
a
get me
long
started.
outro.
Don't
Long
even
goodbye.
get me started
Longer
on the
than
Good
Stairway to
Morning
Heaven.
song. Oh my god, the Good Morning song rolls through 25 times before I come to work. I'm like, god damn.
Remy's podcast intro. What?
Anyway, there's the goodbye song. So I enjoyed it. I like it. Me and May sing it a lot, but hey, whatever. What else we got? One more? We got one more?
Bart Merrick team thumbs up.
No, we're not doing that
Not
one.
doing
We'll end
that
on
one?
goodbye song.
Okay.
We'll do that one later. Anything to plug for everybody?
Let's see. Travis, we got the Sugarworks Distillery.
Tom's brain just
We got Sugarworks Distillery. We got the Shark Bite Whiskey.
Walter.
I knew the name.
From all of us here at
I'm trying to remember the promotion.
Where are we?
all
There's
of
so
us
many
here
goddamn promotions. Can't remember them all.
promotions.
Well, I mean,
Sugarworks got two going on. They got the Shark Bite Whiskey with their shirt and pint glass. Also get Kalalisa Creek with their whiskey as well. You get the shot glass with the hand sanitizer. That's still going on as well.
nice.
So all while supplies last.
Got some right here. Here is some Sugarworks hand sanitizer.
yeah, you could also swing by Hollowbox and then pick up your pint glass, your BDM pint glass if you buy
Anything from the Magnolia Square Market,
Yeah.
which is the Hollerbach deli. Anything.
Yeah,
from
and
there.
they got the outfitters
everything.
too, where you can get like
Right
clothing
next door to that, yep.
and like
get your lederhosen.
yeah,
or,
you get all
nice,
kinds of crazy stuff.
And then, like, I saw Tracy, Party Patch Tracy. She went and got her pint glass, then went over to Sunshine State Threads.
Yeah,
that's attached
she did
to-
the whole Sanfording
Yeah.
tour.
Did it all,
And
yeah.
that-
That shirts, I need one of those.
Yeah, Tom and
Gotta
Dan
get
love
up there.
Sanford. Son.
Are they open to Mara?
I'm
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
out there, I'm gonna be out there tonight, so I'll pick you up one.
Okay,
need a
if you
large?
don't mind, yeah, just
I'll
snag
get
a
you.
large.
Yeah, I got you, dude.
So you could, go grab all that stuff. Also, Semantics. Who's
Yeah,
on
who's
this
on the
weekend?
show tonight?
Oh, so, well, actually, we're recording tomorrow. So if you want us to send an email, it's
tomorrow,
show at
yeah.
semantixpodcast.com. We're going to have our buddy Dan Grun, who's also a BDM, and Chris Fisher from the BYOCB podcast.
Oh, that's going to get
Two curmudgeonal men.
big.
Yeah. That'll be
Wow.
fun.
You know, I think those two guys with the addition
Of my husband.
of well, that too, but like, man, I say you sprinkle in Tom Van. Dude, you have hit peak anger grumpy old dad.
I just had a falling down moment.
I'm getting more like I care less about stuff, and you care more about stuff.
Well, because you have eased into, creating less stress in your life, and and that is like, hey, how do I live my life with the least amount of stress, which is healthy for you?
Yeah, well, I was like telling you this morning, like
on.
I got an SUV now. I'm enjoying driving slower. I don't have to, like even if I'm running late, I used to get all fucking crazy. I'm just like, fuck it. I'm just slow.
I was piling it on myself, and then seeing how much I could take.
Telling you,
I can't take it.
Pretty soon. Oh yeah, it's coming to get you. We good?
We're waggling at the traffic.
This is your fault, Bob.
I had somebody, my wife, text me and say that my exchange of gunplay with an old man in traffic was disturbing to her. And kind of regret it.
Yeah, you have to sleep here tonight.
yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it's always nice to have a studio.
All right, BDMs, we appreciate it, and we will see you. Bye-bye.
Oh, wait a minute. I can't publish that. It's mediocre.
And now it's time for the Tom and Dan end of the show footnotes. Today you heard music from
Chris Wills from his brand new The EP. You heard the song L.A. on My Mind. Now, this is like 60s blues laced with some rock and roll. Sort of a product of his time in quarantine. He's L.A.-based. Check him out. I think you're going to like his laid-back approach to music. After that, you heard Local Boys, Dial Drive. They are indeed from Orlando. They're really, really fucking good. BDM Neil, shout out to him, turned me on to these guys, and you should definitely pick up their debut full-length record entitled Wasted Time. You heard Parasite off of that record. Great stuff, guys. Congrats on the release. After that, you heard BDM produced music in the form of The Ryans. I think they've sent us music before, like a BDM song. I'm starting to get more and more listener music in, which is really good. I get totally jazzed and excited about that. Thanks to The Ryans for sending me their track entitled Is This the End? We close out the show with new music from Reese Van Ripper. Now, I've really been digging the slower dirges and sludgier grooves lately from their brand new Your Dream Is Dead album. You heard the song I Am Georgia. Have a great weekend, everybody, and we will be back here on Monday for BDM shows.
Since 1973.